with the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
It's a beautiful Friday where we're already referencing Top Gun before we hit the door and the floor. This is Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on AM 1170. We are brought to you by our friends from Dunright Satellite and Dish. I'm going to tell you right now, if you do not get to Dunright Satellite today and talk to them, let me tell you what you can get, Leah.
Oh, I want to hear
Not only are they the Dish Premier local retailer, they have all the stuff that Dish offers. You can search live TV and over 80,000 on-demand titles, Netflix, all that at the same time. They have all the products you need to turn your home into a smart home and all the state-of-the-art products as well. They have their own installation expert, TV mounts, wireless networks, home theater, security systems, and more. That's Dunright TV and Security, 866-H4-RIGHT. Remember, Jay, the Netflix streaming is a membership required thing. Voice remote requires internet-connected hopper and restrictions apply.
Yeah.
Dunright TV and Security, that number, 866-84-RIGHT. Starting to show up.
Our boy Kelly from Dunright he went live yesterday. He's down in Florida, I believe.
Florida?
Must have been doing something with some type of conference, but he was answering a lot of questions dealing with this marquee network that's going to be on with the Cubs. Obviously, we know that they've signed some sort of deal with Hulu.
Isn't Florida the ones that sing, she's shaking?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Shake it like a soul shaker.
Oh, I know that part.
Shake it like a soul shaker. That's a great song.
But we got to keep our eye on this marquee network and how you're going to be able to watch the Cubs. Supposedly they have a deal with AT&T DirecTV, but now there's rumors out there that AT&T is going to drop DirecTV. I don't know.
They own it. Why would they drop it?
I have
they
no
just bought
clue.
it.
They were just listen. He's reporting things, and we just need to pay attention because we want to have the Cubs for the marquee.
What kind of beer is this?
We got Adam from Front Street in today.
We got Wise Guy Hefeweizen or Davenport Gold. I think you got a Hefe.
This is
That's gold.
that's gold.
It's gold, baby. It's
You
gold.
want a gold or a Hefe, whichever. What is that? What's that last one?
That's gold too.
We're both
but
getting
I
gold.
haven't.
All right, we're getting gold.
The
I'll take the gold.
Davenport
Obviously,
Gold.
Bomber's in here too as well.
Hi, guys.
Adam from Front Street Sin. Good to see you all.
Make tonight
What?
a wonderful world.
Why?
He's serenading me, Jay.
I'm singing to you, Bird.
Singing.
You
I
went
thought
from
you were singing
rapping
to
to
me.
The
this.
Davenport Gold.
Oh, I know the song. Okay.
The nice color.
That's
I
some
thought
yacht
that was
rock.
Serge's new nickname.
It's a little bit of yacht rock.
Yeah, that's
D-Gold.
Steely Dan, man.
Yeah, that's yacht rock.
Oh, yeah, that's the best.
I love
Steely
me some
Dan.
yacht
dude.
rock. Say that much. Last night, number 20 Iowa defeated Ohio State.
Did it happen in the same fashion T-Roy said? What did I say? They're going to come out, guns a-blazing, they're going to open up a big lead and never look back. And what happened?
They did just that.
Thank you.
Iowa 85, Ohio State 76. Iowa's won 9 of their last 12 games dating back to January 10th. It's the 6th win for Iowa over a nationally ranked opponent. It's most in a single season since 2006 when they defeated 8 nationally ranked opponents. Iowa improves to 10-6 in conference play. The Hawkeyes won 10 or more Big Ten games 5 of the last 6 seasons. Iowa and Ohio State have now played 162 games all time. The series is now tied 81-81.
Ooh.
Iowa covers the spread, and the over hits. The over is at 144. Luka Garza netted a game-best 24 points, surpassing 5 former players on Iowa's single-season scoring chart for 5th place. He also passed the 20-point plateau for the 12th consecutive game, the longest streak by a Hawkeye in 49 years, and the longest streak by a Big Ten player in over 20 seasons.
Dang.
Iowa's 13-1 at home this season. Hawkeyes netted 85 points tonight against Big Ten leader in scoring defense. We mentioned that yesterday. They've only given up, going into the game, Ohio State had only given up 61.4 points per game. All right, so it's a big game. Next game, Iowa is going to be playing on Tuesday at Michigan State. It will be the only regular season meeting between these two teams. Tip-off will be set for 6 p.m. And again, like I said, they'll be at East Lansing. So congratulations to the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Came out to a big start. Congratulations to all the winners at the Martini Shake-Off last night.
We got the list.
I say that with a smile on my face, by the way.
Were you
Jay
right?
did pretty good.
But listen to me.
You
Hold on
did
a
pretty
second.
well.
I did. for everybody out there, you know the Martini Shake-Off was last night. If you in the Quad Cities, you know because social media told you so. But we had it, and then yesterday I predicted the winners without tasting a single martini.
Right.
I looked at the list of the participating people, and I predicted the winners. I did not nail a single one correctly, but
All of his winners were in his top 5s.
Okay.
All right, so
I'm littered all over. Tell them who I predicted first.
all right, for classical, he predicted Max.
Mm-hmm.
For fruity, he predicted Foundry. For dessert, Jumers. For bartender's choice, he had a 4-way tie.
I said just pick one.
Ridge,
I remember
Martini's, Pub, River Room, and then People's Choice, he had Icons. All right, so
Classical.
classical, Stevington's one, which he had in his top 5.
I did say it.
Fruity, River Room.
Okay.
Mentioned
Stevington's also
one. Yeah.
won dessert, so we had a 2 winner right there. That's
Dang,
awesome.
Stevenson's killing it.
Yeah, let someone else win. Joking, but yeah, good for them. And Jumers won Bartender's Choice, and then
Awesome.
Max won People's Choice.
Awesome.
So,
And you said that.
and Max
said
is
Icons
really
would win, but-
Max is the oldest martini bar in the Quad
They
Cities.
should win People's Choice every year.
Max?
All right, they are. They've been. Yeah.
To buy my picks.
Yes, sir.
And then they also did. There was 2 things that we didn't predict.
Yeah, I forgot that there was
They,
now
they do shaker space, which all right. So that's how
it's
you
kind of like a participation,
how do you who best decorates?
yeah,
What?
Who best decorates their space?
their space.
You
They
get
have
so
that?
much space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things
And
because
then-
people would spend so much money decorating that they were like, man,
Well, that
Yeah.
doesn't have anything to do with martinis,
it
though.
doesn't.
It
You
doesn't.
still got
but
to buy them, or you gotta give reasons for
Oh,
people to come
give
back
me
in
a
the next
break.
year.
And
If
then
you
they
win an
also give
award-
you an award for presentation. So like
I get that.
let's say your martini tastes like crab, but it's got a
But it
bunch
looks
of
pretty.
cool stuff on it.
Sure.
I mean,
A lot
I
of
don't
garnishes.
think. By the way, I don't think any of these martinis taste like
No.
crab. Let's be nice here.
But
But that went to the same place,
uh-huh.
the Ridge.
Gotta get
Shaker
it coming back
space and
next
presentation.
year. It's a formula. And one of them is
Yeah.
if you're new, we want you to come back next year.
Yeah.
So guess what? I feel great about
You
my
get
picks.
a ribbon, and you get a
I'm
ribbon.
sorry. I'm not gonna apologize that I didn't nail exactly the category, but that's pretty good, guys.
Yeah, you did good.
Well, either way, congratulations to everybody that participated
Right.
last night.
Don't gloss
And the
over what I
Have
did.
Life, Jay. We're gonna first of all we're gonna make. We're making light of this,
Yeah.
but it's nothing to make light of.
No.
Have Life is a serious event, and this Martini Shake-Off raised a ton of money for Have Life, and everybody that participated and all the winners out there, congratulations. Whether it was classical, shaker space, presentation, or what have you, you did a good job,
Yes.
and you earned what you got. So there you go.
Absolutely.
And I hope everybody at the event had a good time as well and heeded our advice that it wasn't a night just for you to get drunk and drink a bunch of free martinis.
Yeah. How'd that go for you?
Everyone was
You
safe.
didn't go to it.
Everyone had a
though.
good night. All that
Yeah.
fun stuff. Adam from Front Street.
Did you go, Adam?
I did not, but we were there.
Okay.
We were pouring martinis. Christy and John and Chandra were down there, and it sounded like they had a great time. And yeah,
It's a lot
Good
of work.
event, man.
Good for them. A lot
Yeah.
of work. Glad that they were there. Again, mention what you brought in for us today.
So today we've got our Davenport Gold, just our light, easy drinking golden ale, and our Wise Guy Hefeweizen, also on the lighter side. There's a little sunshine out today. It's feeling pretty nice.
Yeah.
Starting to get that baseball itch, so ready for some
looks
lawnmower
warm.
beers.
I call
Grill
it, I call it a
beers.
rash. I got it from Leah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how.
What do you have there in the boxes?
Oh yeah, we just brought in a little food today, so we got some of our jumbo pretzels with little.
You were
sugar
just saying
ale
you wish that
and
people brought you food.
Well,
mustard, and then we got some
Look at him delivering.
Jamie, we go have breakfast.
got some loaded tater tots with cheese and bacon and green onion, sour cream, and all that good stuff.
That's the stuff.
But that's just gonna stay over here, Troy.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
couldn't
he
fit in my
doesn't
belly
deserve
right
it.
now if I wanted to.
What'd you have for breakfast?
delicious.
We went to a pretty cool place, Jay.
Yeah.
You guys went out to breakfast together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite, guys.
Good
Well, you
point.
should go with us sometime. Tell her where we
late.
went, Jay.
We down to Chuck's Tap.
Oh,
Nice.
I've been there. Yes, they're known for their breakfast.
Yes, it's very good.
And they serve
We had the White House.
their.
I did. We have a lot to talk about today. In the second hour, we're going to have Tyson Blazer in. He's works for the New York Yankees in the minor league system. Obviously, a lot of MLB to talk about. Spring training started, and there's some other things going on. Just a few things in Major League Baseball. But we also have our XFL picks to talk about. Adam, you and I both went 4-0 last week.
Nice.
You are now 7-1 on the year.
What can I say? I'm dialed in.
Dialed
you
into
are.
the XFL.
I went 0 for 0, so I am still. I'm still 1-3 in the year.
I don't even think I made it on the board. It's
Jay's
okay.
6-2, but Adam's still the best.
Yeah.
Go, Adam.
I would have got them all right last week anyway. I would have taken the Defenders. I would have taken the Dragons. I would have taken the Renegades, and I'd have taken the Roughnecks. So
How
let's
about
just say
those
I was
Defenders?
4-0.
No, you wouldn't have been 4-0.
That's my team, Adam.
You wouldn't have
Me
been.
too.
Yeah, huh?
No,
Renegades
you would have been
won.
3-1. The Roughnecks didn't cover spread.
Oh.
Oh, so you can give yourself 3-1 all you want.
Shut
All
that
right.
up.
Well, I'll be 4-4 then.
Okay. Coming up this weekend, we mentioned this yesterday, is the big Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight. This is fight number 2 between the two of them. The last one was December 2018, and that ended up in a draw. So this is a highly anticipated heavyweight fight. Probably the most anticipated one in recent memory. Like I said, they fought in December 2018. It was a split draw, somewhat controversial. Wilder did knock down Fury. Fury came back to get some shots in. Wilder does have the slight edge at -125. Some names out there weighed in on who they thought would win. Sugar Ray Leonard says that he thinks Deontay Wilder's going to win. He says possibly by a knockout, but really he doesn't see either guy being knocked out. He just thinks that Wilder is always in shape, and he'll use his speed and power to get the job done. Mike Tyson, he likes Fury. I can't even do it. I always pulled for him.
It's ludicrous.
Yeah. I always pulled for him because he was named after me. That is a natural thing to do, White.
Oh, my God.
I was always biased towards him.
This is ludicrous.
He was very likable. He's a nice person.
Pretty funny, Holly.
You guys talk a lot of smack
He's so
to
much
somebody
better.
who could knock
He's
you
so
out
much better
with
than
just
what he
a
appears to be and
slap.
what looks like. I
Well,
always
when he
pulled for him.
comes here, I'm going to be like, it was Jade who
I'm calling
voice.
it now.
I wouldn't me, Mike.
Mike Tyson likes Fury. Evander Holyfield picks Wilder. Says he's not just a big guy with the right hand. He's also become more calculated in his approach. That's why I'm picking him to win this second fight against Tyson Fury. Conor McGregor weighed in. Said Deontay Wilder is a power guy, but I think if Fury keeps his mind strong, keeps his playfulness in there, keeps his sharpness and his elusiveness, I think he can get the job done. And finally, Manny Pacquiao went with Deontay Wilder, saying, never bet against a puncher, particularly one like Deontay Wilder. So that's what's going on this weekend. That'll be Saturday night. I know our friends at Draft Day Sports Lounge, Elite Sportsbook, they're going to have the fight. There's no cover out there if you go watch it. But if you go into the Rhythm Room inside the casino, then you have to be 21. If you go just the Draft Day, you don't have to. This is going to be $80 if you're going to watch this at home.
80 bones?
Yeah. You can get this on ESPN Plus, Fox pay-per-view, Fox Sports Go pay-per-view.
It's too much.
But yeah, it is.
Yeah, I said 80.
bucks.
Remember yesterday I,
know,
said
it should
80.
Be 50. I only paid 50 for McGregor and Mayweather. Just saying.
Yeah,
Boo.
that's right. We did only pay that much.
80 bones. That's 2 steak dinners.
Tell me about it, sister.
You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go. But it's, again, this is going to be the most highly anticipated fight.
You don't even
Just a
have to
quick
pay.
background.
I always pay my way, T-Roy.
Oh, no, I get you.
Deontay
snap.
Wilder is 42-0-1. He's 34 years old from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And ESPN's Max Kellerman calls the single most devastating knockout punch in boxing history, in the history of boxing.
Calm down, Max Kellerman. Get the hell out of here. He said what now?
He said that
What an idiot.
Deontay Wilder has the single most devastating knockout punch in the history of boxing.
Mike
Max
Tyson.
Kellerman has just become Stephen A. Smith. Hi, I'm just going to say whatever I want to say.
He's with them. He's with
Yeah,
them every day.
God, do they
He just
69
became
each other or
LeBron.
what, dude? Good Lord.
Tyson
God,
Fury
he's
is
an idiot.
Tyson Fury is 29-0-1, 31-year-old from Manchester, England, stands 6'9", and he is one of the most charismatic people in the sport right now.
Just charismatic.
He is. He really is.
Doesn't make sure he doesn't have the greatest uppercut in boxing history. The greatest knockout punch in really.
Nobody can beat Tyson for that. I don't think, right? It's Mike Tyson.
I would say it's in my eyes, it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, forever.
The greatest knockout
He's
punch
the
in
MJ of
boxing history. No, Ali's the MJ of boxing.
I think Mike Tyson would have killed
No.
Ali.
Ali would have destroyed Tyson.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, he would have.
Felt like a butterfly.
You can't hit what you can't see.
Oh. All right.
Ali would have been in Tyson's head before the fight.
Well, that's not hard to do. He's still
I'm just
the
saying.
power behind that
Ali
punch, though.
Ali was a whole nother story. But it wasn't his knockout power.
It was his
Dude,
what?
Tyson had the knockout power.
That's what I'm saying.
Come
if he
on.
got a hold of you, you were donezo.
I mean, there were so many other guys, too. Joe Louis,
Yeah.
Rocky Marciano, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
He whipped Joe Louis's ass.
Aha!
Aha, there's a spoon. Aha.
Name Cash Clay.
Look at my soup.
Call Cash Clay.
What's wrong with your soup? Look at my soup.
Aha.
Taste my soup.
There's the
Where's
spoon.
the spoon? Ah.
All right, let's take our first break. We're in studio with Adam from Front Street Brewery. Bomber's in here as well. Serge is on the Carrington Pub Facebook comment thread. I want to thank everyone for listening to ESPN 1170 and also downloading the app where you can listen on your smart device. And also you can listen to ESPN1170am.com and leave comments, nice comments.
I love
Yeah,
that.
whatever.
Yeah, we like them
On
all.
the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. We're on Facebook Live as well.
What better time to read this ad, Jay?
Oh,
Front Street
God.
Brewery, the oldest brew pub in Iowa, is nestled right along the bank of the mighty Mississippi, serving Davenport with all those awesome beers since 1992, like the Davenport Gold. Leah's drinking
Yes.
that. Wise Guy. T-Roy's throwing that down his throat.
Throwing
The
it.
Raging River or the Cherry Bomb Blonde. Check out all of their Facebook page and for their food and drink specials, or visit the webpage, www.frontstreetbrew.com. Right now, we're calling all bars and restaurants to get a hold of your local distributor and put Front Street on your tap lines or in your coolers today. The restaurant is at 208 East River Drive. The tap room is still in the Freight House complex, so get down and check them out. Those are our friends from Front Street Brewery.
Hey, this is Dorf with Dancing with the QC Stars. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
New Year's is here, and so are New Year's resolutions. If you're bored with the same old gyms and workout routines, try a different, fresh way to get in shape with a membership to Tarpons Martial Arts Center. Try karate, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, or judo, all taught by certified black belt instructors. With flexible class schedules and 2 Quad City locations, it's very easy to start your path to learning a valuable skill set while you get in shape. Join now, and new students get a free uniform and official t-shirt online at tarponsdojo.com.
Escúchame, this is Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
How much time did Lucio spend brushing your eyebrows?
It's just a quick little and another on the other side.
I feel like maybe save the eyebrow brushing time and focus a little more on the hair brushing time.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's another issue.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Like, what am I going to do with this and then just put, like, headphones on top of it and mess it up? Lucio, I don't want to ruin his art.
You're in the awkward stage right now of like the haircuts where before obviously you'd kind of like buzz it. Now it's grown to a point where it's not long enough to actually do anything with, but it's too long to just sit still.
It's one of those deals where I'm, like, thinking to myself, man, what am I going to do with my hair whenever I live on television? You're just going to have to be vulnerable, deal with the awkwardness, and then, 2 years from now, brave.
How'd you guys feel about I Live on Television?
I have been ever since his Le Batard load management nonsense.
Yes, I didn't ask for any of this.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
So you're what they call an industrial athlete, but this ain't no gym. You're working hard. Do you got the right tools to get the job done? Would you play football and roller skates? I don't think so. So if your gear is beat up, tore up, all around mucked up, come on in and boot up at Quad City Safety, 5311 Tremont Avenue, Davenport. Or check us out at quadcitysafety.com.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
A tweeter writes in, well, that's nice. Le Batard just wrapped the segment praising the blatant cheating of Calipari at UMass and Memphis. It was magical, he said. Also, lots of love for Memphis now defending their current rule breaking and embracing it. Great work, guys. Set the bar high for everyone.
Is that guy?
All right, listen here, Tucker Martin. The sport's being investigated with FBI wiretaps. There's testimony that the starter at Creighton cost you $100,000. Memphis got this Weissman kid cheap. They got him at 1/10 of the price. Penny got him discounted. Like, what do you think you're watching? Quit trying to make it pure. It's not pure. Pure things are not FBI wiretap.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Make your next new or used purchase a slam dunk at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll have the full court press advantage each and every time. You'll be treated like a star from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a strong bench of mildly used vehicles too. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh yeah, Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
Are you ready to rock? Hairball is coming to the Rust Belt Saturday, May 9th. Hairball features dead-on recreations of Kiss, AC/DC, Twisted Sister, Van Halen, Motley Crue, Queen, and many more. It's like 20 concerts in one night. Tickets on sale now at the Daiquiri Factory and therustbeltqc.com. Don't miss Hairball, the bombastic celebration of arena rock at the Rust Belt Saturday, May 9th. Visit hairballonline.com for more.
Follow ESPN 1170 AM on Facebook for local news and live video from Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. The Quad City Sports Leader is ESPN 1170 AM.
We're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. This is Don't Hassle Us Local on AM 1170.
Well, the owners approved the CBA.
Did you hear about this, Leah?
For the NFL last night.
Remember yesterday I said there's going to be some little stipulation or something's in there with this new collective bargaining agreement, the thing with the extending the games, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. They all got together at a
Remember,
hotel.
and I said there's something going on that they're not telling us. There's something else they're adding in for the players.
So we mentioned yesterday that they wanted to add in a 7th team into the playoffs.
Yep.
Okay.
They wanted to add another game to the season to make it 17.
Yep.
Only the number 1 seed would get a bye, and they would reduce the preseason games down to 3, right?
Yeah.
And the
Owners-
number of practices.
Yeah, and they reduce practices.
Yeah.
So the owners unanimously voted on this, correct?
Yes.
But guess what was on there, Leah?
What's that?
We remember yesterday.
Yes.
T-Roy said
There's some other nuance in
they
there.
got to
that
throw
we
something in to get the players to agree to another game because it's supposed to
Some
be that
kind of
you got-
incentive.
yes. And we thought maybe it was the lack of preseason or practices or whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're no longer going to suspend players for having THC in their system.
Well, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's huge. I
That's
like
huge.
it. I like it. Good.
Cheech and Chong it, man. Let's roll it up and smoke it.
I like it.
It's following suit with the MLB, right? They just did
Right?
that.
And
didn't
the NBA did it a while back, right?
they? NBA probably didn't have a choice.
No, I think it's obviously I think it's the right move to make. I have a problem with the extra game. Not really. We looked at it. I think we looked at in the past 10 years, the average record going into the 7th seed would have been 9-6, which
Mhm.
isn't bad. No, 9-7. Sorry, which isn't bad.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. Last year you would have had first round you would have had Patrick Mahomes versus Duck Hodges. It just would have been an extra game for the Chiefs. That's all. You know, it wouldn't have been that good of a game, but you know, it some. What?
You just said Duck Hodges.
Oh yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I know.
The season isn't that far gone.
So now it goes to the players to okay this, and I think they have until March 18th. That's when if they get this done, the new playoff thing can take effect as soon as next year, as long as they get it done by March 18th. So they'll probably agree to this and move on. Yeah. The other thing we need to talk about, we got to do what's the right music for this?
For guessing for time to play the game, or which one?
Well, no, we're just gonna pick the spread, right?
All right, I gotta find where my sheet was at. Oh, there it is.
Well,
Yeah.
it's week 3 of the XFL. And if you aren't excited for it, you better get excited for it. Because it's the best thing going right now until March Madness hits. So you got a couple weeks. We mentioned at the beginning of the show, last week Adam and I were both 4-0 against the spread. We both picked completely right. Adam week 1 was 3-1 against the spread, making him 7-1 on the year.
Woo! It's a handicap and
That was 2-2 in week 1, making me 6-2.
This week, Lee and I are going to tear it up.
Yep.
So now we get to look at the spread and we get to say, all right, where's the best way to put your money? Where to walk up and see Hannah at Elite Sportsbook. And
Hannah's
say,
our girl.
Yeah, say, Hannah,
Hannah,
I need to put
T-Roy
money on
sent
here.
me to see
Don't
you.
hassle us for local. The guys that I believe in, Jay and Adam. The other two, I don't know. I don't know
Wow,
about.
dude.
Oh, yeah, just like that.
Oh,
Told me to put my
wow.
money here.
I had to miss last week, so I was getting things done with the lady.
Uh-huh.
But that's how you're going to treat a guy, huh?
Well, I think more this is your fault.
Nah,
Adam, you
you
remember
wanted
this, right?
me. You wanted to set me up for a trap. Wanted me Googling games when I'm out with my lady on Valentine's Day. I
It's
see what you're up
legitimately
to, Foster.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
She uses the restroom.
Well,
You can
you're
look
not
at.
getting me in trouble.
Instead, I say, hey, I need your XFL picks. Send them to me.
So just remind me of the games, Jay. You could have just taken a picture on my piece of paper. I would have been able to do it. But no, you just want to get me in trouble with the lady. That's fine. I understand what's going on. You and Adam can enjoy your little 4-0 week. From here on, me and Bomber are going to start beating the hell out of the team.
It's time.
Okay.
Coming back.
Game 1, Roughnecks Vipers. The spread yesterday was at 6.5. Roughnecks, Jay, does it move since?
It has not moved at all. The Roughnecks are favored on the road at -6.5. The Vipers are 0-2 against the spread. The Roughnecks are 1-1 against the spread.
The Vipers have scored a total of 12 points this season.
They have and still are in quarterback turmoil.
There's no way that they're even going to come close to this. Roughnecks by a landslide. Absolutely right. Leah Bomber, you with me on this?
I'm with you.
Okay, got the B down.
Agreed.
B for the bomb.
B for the bomb.
Bomb diggity.
Bomb diggity.
Where you at?
No doubt.
I think Vipers are gonna strike this week. I think they're gonna backdoor
Look
cover.
at that.
this.
Yeah, I totally did. Well, it looks like his streak's over. Jay Bird, you're gonna try to stick with Adam?
That's a bad pick.
You're gonna have to try to catch Adam.
That's a bad pick. I'm taking the Houston Roughnecks. Vipers, they're on their third quarterback in their third week. They don't know who's starting. Defense hasn't shown anything. Like you said, they scored, 12 points in 2 games?
12 points all season.
Yeah. The Roughnecks, on the other hand, have an explosive offense. P.J. Walker is, if not the best quarterback in the league, he's in the top 3. He's in my top 3, according to my quarterback rankings. And I have the Roughnecks as my number 1 team in the power rankings, and the Vipers all the way down at number 8 in the power rankings. Yes. And I also had it when guessing the lines, Houston at -8, so I feel even more confident, 6.5. Houston Roughnecks, cover and spread. Take it to Hannah. Get the ticket. Cash it in.
Rankings.
Oh, okay.
Next game.
Next game, the Dallas Renegades at the Seattle Dragons. Yesterday, this was -5 Dallas. Does it move, Jay?
Nope.
Still -5 Renegades.
Seattle is the home dog. They were home dogs last week against Tampa Bay. They covered spread. Seattle is 2-0 against the spread. No, not against Tampa Bay. Where did Seattle go? Yeah. Seattle hosted Tampa Bay last week. Yeah.
You know what?
Nope.
This is
Seattle,
too many points.
Seattle is 1-1 against spread. Week 1, they did not cover against DC, but they were close. That was the thing with the field goal.
They lost.
But
They
they're
lost
1-1.
to DC 31-19 week 1, and they came back to win 17-9 against the Vipers.
It took Landry Jones about 2.5 quarters to start feeling comfortable with the Dallas Renegades, even though they covered spread last week. Dallas is 1-1 against the spread. They lost their home opener, but they did win on the road last week. This is a tough one.
Yeah.
I am taking the Renegades. I think this is too many points. Or I'm sorry, the Dragons. Too many points to give up to a road favorite. I'm going to take the home dog, Jay.
Mm-hmm. My name's Dale, but you have to call me Dragon.
Yeah. You can call me Nighthawk.
I'm sticking with the Jacarius. It's cooler.
All right, who are we taking, Adam?
I'll take Dallas on this. I think Landry shook the rust off last week. He's ready to start clicking on all cylinders.
Bombs.
I'm going to go with the Dragons.
There we go. That's my girl. Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one's tough because this one I actually picked the line to be at -4, Dallas to be favored. Dallas I have in my power rankings at number 4, the Dragons to be at number 6. Landry Jones at number 5, power rankings. Brandon Silvers, number 6 for quarterback power rankings. -5. Dallas on the road. This is the toughest game of the week.
Yeah.
I'm taking Seattle.
Ooh.
I'm taking the 5.
We're going to call you Adam Island. Because you've just been all by yourself so far, Adam.
Jump ship.
Well, I don't like being on the same side as you guys here, but...
Well, you should like it.
Yeah.
Okay, next game.
That's going to be the tough one.
The Guardians of D.C. My Bomb Diggity's team.
No, I picked the Defenders.
Oh, I'm sorry. New York Gardens. My bad. New York Guardians. At the St. Louis Battlehawks. Battlehawks -9.5 as of yesterday. Jay, did it change?
Nope. Battlehawks are still -9.5.
That's crazy.
That's way too many points.
That's large.
I mean, the Guardians played... Well, they got shut out, though, by the Defenders.
The Guardians forced 3 turnovers in that game that they won against... who was it? It was the Vipers week 1. They forced 3 turnovers. And Aaron Murray did not look good in that game. And then they turn around. You got to remember, Matt McGloin is the one that said that, this is the worst game he's ever been a part of. We have no scheme. We have to start over from the very beginning. He got benched in the fourth quarter. I do think it's a lot of points. And St. Louis this is the first time all season St. Louis has been favored, by the way. They were getting points against Dallas on the road. They were getting points against Houston on the road. They won the game outright against Dallas. They covered the spread against Houston, so they're 2-0 against the spread. It is St. Louis's first game at home in the Dome.
I'm taking the Battlehawks, man.
9.5.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, I think it'd be silly not to take the Battlehawks.
Adam?
I think that's too many points.
So you're taking the Guardians?
Yeah, I'll take the points, man.
They didn't score a point last week. Jay, what do you got?
It is a lot of points in XFL. This is the largest spread in XFL history.
Yes. Thanks for knowing that.
Yeah, just throwing that out there, okay? Just letting you guys know.
By half a point. But anyway,
so far.
Yeah, hey, it doesn't matter. Okay. Was I right? I'm right.
You're right.
It's the largest spread in XFL history.
Mm-hmm. And?
I'm taking St. Louis Battlehawks. The throwing Samoan is a better quarterback. The Guardians are in trouble.
Adam Island still exists.
Yeah. I am giving up the 9.5.
You make it or break it week here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. It's going to suck to go from 4-0 to 0-4. I mean, it really is.
Hey, I'll be even with you.
One of you two is going to go 0-4. All right. Defenders versus the Wildcats. This one, Defenders -8. Another home dog here.
Another home dog. Defenders are 2-0 against the spread.
DC Defenders throwing up points no matter where they are, but they've only played at home. It's their first road game.
They're going to win.
Last week, the Wildcats threw up 18 and lost at home to the Renegades. Oof.
DC all the way, baby.
Well, Leah Baum has already taken her Defenders. We know that.
Yep.
And they're still -8, Jay?
Say that again? Yeah, it's still -8. Yep.
Oof. Adam?
Yeah, Defenders for me as well.
Uh-oh. There will be no Adam Island.
Nope.
This falls under that thing that we've been talking about consistently.
Yeah?
About the XFL team on the East Coast traveling to the West Coast.
Is that what it is?
Yes, we talked about this.
Okay.
Last week it did not work out well.
Okay.
That doesn't mean it won't work out well this week.
It's a theme in the XFL Bomber.
Okay.
That it consistently happens. Well, hey,
it's not really
professional athletes.
Dallas went to LA last week and won.
East Coast to West Coast.
Okay.
Look at the Seattle game week 2.
Tupac and Biggie.
Week 2, Seattle. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who went to Seattle?
The Vipers, but that's...
Where are they on the East Coast?
No.
Are they in the...
No, they're on the Gulf Coast.
Okay, but are they closer to the East Coast?
No, they're closer to Central Time.
Eastern time. They're in the Eastern Time Zone.
Oh, okay.
Dang it! Don't point out the obvious, Bomber, that it's only week 3. This is a hammered fact. If Deontay Wilder has the strongest knockout in boxing history, East Coast XFL team, the West Coast never works out. I'm taking the Wildcats. Josh Johnson has moved up the power rankings.
Jay Island right there, because I'm taking the Defenders as well. How could I bet against my girl Lee's team?
Fruit Nux.
Right there.
You're gonna. This is gonna be a
Jay
good game.
just went. Jay just went 3-1.
No.
And Adam, you just went 1-3. I'm calling it.
Calling it.
We talked about this on Tuesday. I'm gonna remind everybody right now. The Houston at Tampa Bay game. The over/under is 44.5. Every single game Houston's been in has hit the over. I guessed it at 49.5. Bet the over. I realize every week the under has hit 3 out of 4 games, but the numbers have to regress to the means every single time. Vegas has to get there, and what Vegas does, they'll bring it down. Everyone's going to continue to bet the under. Vegas got to make their money back. Bet the over the Houston-Tampa Bay game. Renegades at Seattle Dragons, 43.5. I guess it at 44. That one's pretty solid. I would stick to the under on that one. The Guardians at St. Louis Battlehawks. Battlehawks are 1-1 to the number. The Guardians are 0-2 to the number, so they've been under twice. I guess that to be 47.5. The line for the over/under is 40.5. Bet the over. St. Louis is going to get to the 30s here. And then the DC Defenders, Los Angeles Wildcats. Wildcats have hit the over. Defenders under 2 times. So Wildcats are 1-1. DC is 0-2 to the number. Over/under. I guess that to be 50. It is at 44. Bet the over. 3 overs this week to bet.
Wow.
That's my pick to click this week. There's my lock.
Jay Foster's pick to click. Get into where, Jay, to do this betting?
That should be a hashtag.
Yeah, it's
Rhythm City Casino?
I didn't make that up.
No.
Is that where you want to bet?
Yep, go to Hannah.
Go to Hannah.
Go see Hannah and say,
Say
hey.
Jay and Troy and
Yeah.
Leah. You haven't met Hannah yet.
I have not met Hannah.
Adam has.
Adam has.
I like
say
her
like,
already,
hey, what's Jay like on the over/under on these games? Say, well, he likes 3 overs and 1 under.
What's Jay like in person? Does he have dreamy eyes?
You know what it is?
Does he have cute little toes?
Every time I walk up, Hannah shakes her head and goes, "You're still wearing those stupid shoes."
What shoes? Your sandals?
Yeah. She goes, it's winter time.
For 12 years, she's been wearing those shoes, Hannah.
So that's the greeting I get. You're still wearing those. No, she's great.
Women, they notice shoes right away.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Well, that's the XFL. Let's see.
Oh, look at you.
You're good at your guesses, Adam. How much have you been watching it all, or you just get a feel?
Very little.
Okay.
I've been catching, parts of games, but I don't think I've sat down and watched one from start to finish.
Yeah.
Melting.
She shrunk.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I didn't do it.
What do you have planned this weekend, T-Ray?
The old battle axe is making me do stuff at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Honey-do list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out and drink and play some golden tea one of those days, though.
Take that.
There you go. Yeah.
That's my plan.
Take that, better half.
That's it. I don't know. Just kind of take it easy this weekend. I don't know. Maybe binge watch something. I don't know what's going on. Jay, I was going to ask you if you ever watched the show that I watched the other day. What was it about? Oh, The Pharmacist.
You said that yesterday.
Yeah, Netflix, Jay.
Yeah.
You seen that yet?
I
True
haven't
story,
either.
Netflix documentary for 4-part series or whatever you want to call it.
And it's that good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, really interesting.
All right, I'm gonna
Just
have to check it
crazy about the whole opioid epidemic and how far back it goes and some of the craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
what led to
that-
the whole heroin
I'm trying to
addiction.
think,
'Cause
what
it's
else?
cheaper.
What else has been watched out there? I don't know.
What about Lock and Key? Have you guys watched that?
Jay's still on The Bachelor. He's all worked
No,
out.
I'm not on The Bachelor.
Yeah, he is.
Black and Key, that's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's like huge. It's kid friendly, but it's also a little bit scary.
Isn't it like
I think I
like
tried to get my kids to watch that.
Isn't there like a keel on the back of someone's head for the logo?
Yeah, the little boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. The father passes away or whatever else, and the mom takes him to whatever the estate is, and they find all these boxes.
Yeah, and
I
there's
read
like
the
a
synopsis.
secret. Like,
I got it. And if you like movies out there, Jay,
Who doesn't?
I saw probably one of the coolest movies I've ever seen in my life last night.
And it wasn't Star Wars.
What was it?
It wasn't. It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Oh, I don't want to watch that.
Dude, you need to watch it.
Really?
Seriously.
I'm not watching that.
Yeah,
You need to watch it.
I'm against
I'm not
it
gonna
right
watch
now.
it. About some guy who wants to try to find out that Mr. Rogers is really just not a myth.
He's not a myth.
I know, but that's what his whole
He's a
premise
man,
is, right?
myth,
He's
and
going
a
out there to
legend.
kind of break the.
No, it's not that at all. That's why you need to watch it.
Isn't it his life story?
No.
Well, what is it about?
It's about a guy that did an article on Mr. Rogers, and he had a pre-thought notion going in on how the article was going to go, and he finds out that it's it's different than Mr. Rogers was like a very magical person.
I'm a writer, so
Even his
I
wife
understand.
was like, "Don't put him on a pedestal."
Oh, now you're a writer.
I understand.
You write a blog a day. Okay,
I understand.
I almost dropped an F-bomb. You try to freaking
as a writer,
paragraph a day.
As a writer, I can understand that this guy, he goes in with a preconceived notion. I can understand that. Yeah, as a writer, I understand that.
You do.
Yeah, I get this.
So you have to watch it then.
Yeah.
If you can
Gotta
relate
watch
to the
it.
writer,
So you're doing a terrible avoid.
you have
Knock
to
it
get
off.
in there.
No,
It's great.
no,
I'm
not
telling
doing
you, this
Laura.
movie is. I mean, I don't know if you'd say touching, but it is certainly eye-opening
Are you?
on how you should treat people.
Is
Jay.
anybody interested in this fight? Watching the fight?
No.
I am just to prove you wrong.
I just want to make sure Leah's guy knocks the dude out.
Yeah, that's
I'm
all.
on-
I
I'm
just want
on-
to prove
I'm
Jay
Team
wrong.
Bomber right now.
Prove Jay wrong, team.
Yeah, and she's gonna watch Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood and cry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, you will.
I grew up watching that show though.
Mookie cried last night watching it.
Oh,
So I'm telling you, it's a good movie.
I've lost
Dude,
my
Fred
thing.
Rogers
Tom
is-
Hanks, man.
Fred Rogers, dude. I know, but
He's
don't
friends-
forget his Tommy.
I
Don't
know,
get rid of
I
it.
know.
Get rid of that. But I'm just telling
Well,
you,
Put him on the shelf.
Fred Rogers is right up there with American Treasures. He's gone now. He's an
Yeah.
American Treasure. Him and Sajak are on the same shelf.
Did you hear what his wife said about him though?
Who, Fred?
No, Mr. Rogers. Is that his real name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, we're just gonna call him Mr. Rogers because that's what we all know him as. His wife was like, "Don't put him on a pedestal. He wasn't that great. He was a normal
Yeah.
person."
That's the whole thing.
But you don't say that about your dead husband. I mean, I'd
But
never
that's
say
how
that.
he says. He even said it in the movie. He goes,
Yeah,
I'm no hero. He's just the way
He
he treated.
was a hero.
Listen, he was and he wasn't. He didn't think of himself as a hero, but that's the thing. And she's trying to make everybody stay grounded. That's why Fred Rogers was so great because he was grounded.
Okay, I'm gonna have
Like
to
he
watch
was not
it now.
above anything.
Do you remember the puppets? They scared me. The King and the Queen
Yeah.
puppets. They
King
were
Friday.
weren't they creepy?
I did not realize either that Daniel Tiger, when they
Yes.
redid the cartoon for all the kids,
Yeah, it's from that.
I thought they were stealing stuff.
Well, they probably
I'm
did.
like, it's not Daniel Tiger's neighborhood, it's Fred Rogers' neighborhood. What's going on? I was very upset at first. Now I can live with it a little bit better.
I love it.
Nah, man. Mr. Rogers.
He the man.
The fight this weekend.
Oh, back to that. Okay.
I just want to see Jay come home every day from work and
Wilder.
throw on a sweater and
Those
some
little
like
cardigan,
and change
little
those
zip
damn
up.
shoes.
Yeah.
Like just bust out some blue Vans, Jay. You know what? That's what he should do when he does the show.
Yeah.
He should
sweater.
come in here,
Change.
bust some shoes off, do a little.
I do a little
thing.
change at the fit.
Hi,
You
boys
guys know
and
that.
girls.
At the fit, after I get done working out, then I do my change. All right.
Mr. Robinson's neighborhood.
Before we go to break, just a reminder, you can bet on this at Elite Sportsbook in front of the Draft Day Lounge. Wilder is minus 125, favorite to win. That means to bet 125 to win 100. Furious Plus is plus 105, meaning bet 100, you win 105. You can also do prop bets for certain rounds if you want to make a
Hey.
bet. And before we get a break, I could probably look that up for you real quick, Bomber. If you
Knockout in round 10.
knockout in round 10, she says. Let's see.
Before round 10
Okay, let's see.
is my
We could change the words to the,
prediction.
a beautiful Jay in the neighborhood.
Beautiful Jay in the neighborhood.
So
Would you be ours?
Won't you be ours? Hello,
Would
neighbor.
you be our Jaybird?
Fury.
Yes.
You guys are driving me nuts.
Won't you be?
Fury by KO,
Jaybird.
TKO, or DQ. Plus 400.
All right, I like it.
I like the song better.
We're going to break. You guys are driving me nuts. Get people on there telling you to goof around too much in here. Don't.
Whatever.
Don't talk about.
This is
All we do is
serious.
talk about wrestling and craft beer up here.
Just tell them I didn't shave my butt. They can come and kiss that hairy thing all day long.
All right.
Vans Pizza More, Jay.
Yep.
Is now open at the Plex Bombs.
Yes.
The corners of Middle and Forest Grove Roads. They have a standing daily special on the Vans Pizza you love. Today is Friday. Family deal today and tomorrow, Bombs. This is what you get. For $29.99, you get 2 appetizers, a large pizza, any large pizza you want.
Wow.
No half and halves, please. And 2 1-liters of pop.
That's amazing.
That is awesome.
It's a great deal.
I'll tell you what, you load up in some wings,
Yes.
whatever, little tater rounds, bread nuggets, whatever it is, $29.99. You cannot beat the family deal at Vans. All you got to do is call 563-232-1396. They're going to have that hot and ready for you to pick up. Or if you live in Bettendorf, you can have it delivered. Remember, the delivery is limited, so please ask when you call. Once again, that number 563-232-1396. Vans Pizza More, 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
This is Ella Schmidt, the 106-pounder for Bettendorf, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
The 2020 RV Camping and Travel Show cruises into the QCCA Expo Center this weekend with brand new RVs, trucks, campers, trailers, motorhomes, parts, and accessories. Everything you need for your camping adventure. Come on out and get an inside look at dozens of RVs and campers all under one roof. Back for another year is the Jumping Joey's Kids Zone. And Mr. Barbecue will be demonstrating some great cooking. There's also great food and free parking. It's all at the QCCA Expo Center in Rock Island. Friday, February 21st, noon to 8, Saturday 10 to 8, and Sunday the 23rd, 10 to 4. Adults are just $8. Kids 6 to 16, $1, and under 6 are free. Friday is Senior Day and Military Day. Just $6 at the door all day. Discount advance tickets are available online at QCCAExpoCenter.com. No matter how you choose to sleep under the stars, you'll find it and more this weekend at the QCCA Expo Center in Rock Island. Discover how awesome life on the road and in the open great outdoors can be. For more information, visit QCCAExpoCenter.com.
The Will Kane Show.
There's one town where the marriage is perfect for the Chargers. They should move to St. Louis. What do you think the analogy is? Would this be like somebody's husband leaving them for another man? Some gold chain dude in Los Angeles, right? In order to get him back, St. Louis starts dating that dude's sister. How does that work? No, wait, I got my genders mixed up. Okay, let me do this right. St. Louis is a woman. Her husband left for another lady, and that LA Rockets brother is available, and St. Louis picks him up. The Rams and the Chargers.
Which one is the man?
Hold on, I'm sorting this out.
But the Rams are actually going back with their ex.
All right, let me start this over again.
Then they went back to their ex. They got remarried.
New and improved ex.
I can't do it.
Nailing the analogy.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
The Circle Tap is your place for daily specials all week long. Start the week off with $3 whiskeys on Monday. Tuesday's Ladies Night with $3 You Call It and over $300 in weekly prizes. Kick back with dollar drafts on Wednesday, $6 mini import pitchers on Thursday, $6 domestic pitchers on Saturdays, and $2 cans on Sunday. Mark your calendars for St. Patrick's Day and Circle Tap's 4-day Irish Blowout. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends all week long at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
Escúchame, it is Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old and doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your Precision Air Team starting lineup. First, let's welcome the masters of comfort and efficiency, your residential and commercial heating and AC service team. Next up, put your hands together for the All-Star Furnace and AC installation team, the trained dealer comfort specialist. And finally, your Quad Cities geothermal specialist. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Precision Air starting lineup. Financing available online at PrecisionAirQC.com. Precision Air. We'll be right there.
Download the ESPN 1170 app today and listen to the Quad Cities' only local sports show from noon to 2. From anywhere in the world, we are the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Are we? Yeah, kind of. In the Hassle Castle. Brought to you by Dunright Saddle, Light, and Dish, Jay-Bird.
Yeah. 12:50 on Friday, February
It's
21st.
Friday.
Adam brought in some tasty treats from Front Street Brewery and Bomber somewhere. Adam's in the studio as well. But Tyson Blazer's joining us. Tyson, you guys all know Tyson from Backstop Sports. And also from, he works for the New York Yankees, which is fine. We let that happen. We let it go. Yeah,
That's
cool.
my new team, man.
There you go.
Oh, is it?
And that's why you're my favorite.
I can't wait to
the
talk
Cubs
about
haven't
this.
done anything. They upset me. I'm done.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think there's a lot of things we're gonna talk about when it comes to.
I mean, when you sign Garrett Cole, looks to me like you're out to win World Series.
Give them all the money.
I want to win a World Series, Jay.
It's just a piece of metal, bud. Just calm down.
Not in my eyes.
There you go.
Oh, Lord.
Obviously, there's a lot going on. There's nobody better to have in and talk with us than Tyson. We don't agree on teams because the Yankees, and I guess
Always
I'm going
beat your
to.
Twins?
do
So, yeah,
you want-
Tyson,
how do you
I mean,
how do you want me to start
Buffalo
with this?
Wild Wings even trolled the Minnesota Twins. They said the New York Yankees pick the Twins every year.
Well, we're going to talk about the possibility for the playoff format. We'll talk about the scandal as well. Well, I guess if you just want to jump into it, here's my point about the Yankees here. If Alex Cora was to wink at a camera and say the best free agent acquisition that the Yankees did in the offseason was to get Carlos Beltran because his attention to details and more things, wink, wink, and then the Yankees go out and sweep the Twins, don't I feel like maybe I get, if everyone's out there to say that they want their title back, maybe I just want my...
It sounds like desperation.
It does sound
It does sound like desperation,
It
Jay.
feels like it.
Hey, you got to turn on the mics on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It feels
Oh, we're
like
not
it,
even
too.
on?
No, he was...
He didn't like us to be on.
We're in trouble.
It's fine. No, so this whole thing is, it's an up and down...
Well, what have you been hearing? I
Yes,
mean,
there you
you're
go.
gonna have more information than we possibly could dream of.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the more you hear and more comes out, it's been pretty evident to Major League players for the last few years that this has been going on, and it is a gentleman's game, and so you don't like to blow the whistle on the other guys.
But let me ask you this. So, obviously, they're saying 2017, but it continued after that, correct? For the Astros, at least. And then he left after 2017, didn't he? And when I say he, we're talking about Beltran.
Beltran, Cora. So, it did. Supposedly it went into 2018, and everything I had talked with guys about is, they knew. They didn't know it to the extent, but they knew. They knew that the Astros were always pushing limits from the front office to the
Trying
players.
to steal signs.
Trying to steal signs. Trying to find an advantage in any way possible. So,
But that's something, though. I mean, just so we all know. I mean, when you got a guy on second, he's trying to steal signs, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So and that's where this, I guess, was the biggest deal, because you still got to get a guy to second base for that to happen. And so people were, and I know the Yankees got their hand slapped, the Red Sox got their hand slapped with, trying to decode signs and then use them in series afterwards. So,
Gotcha.
Not real-time stuff. They would look at it, they would decode it, and then when their players got to second base and the next time they played them in the series, they were able to then relay those signs. And that's not an exact science. Like, I've been on second base. You don't see every sign sometimes. It's hard to see every sign. Catchers go fast. They change it up. And so even if you had those signs...
Well, they're changing the indicator at all times, yeah.
So it is hard. So you guys get pretty good at doing it at second base. But where it was completely different for the Astros is they were doing it real time. and that's, to me, is absolutely ridiculous. We can make the comparison with steroids and sign stealing, and steroids bad for baseball, good for the fan, right? Hit a whole bunch of home runs, but didn't directly affect outcome. I think if you look at for some players, it definitely kept them in the league. Probably helped some teams. Obviously, Barry Bonds comes to mind. But if you look at a team, right? You look at a team and they're up there and they know what's coming. That's affecting every single pitch of every single game. And that is affecting the game in real time. You don't have to get a guy to second base and then have to hopefully get the signs or know the signs and relay them and making sure. There's too many variables.
You're right. I mean, if you think about it, too, if steroids were indicative to winning championships, the Oakland A's would have had a lot more, and Barry Bonds would have had more than 0.
Yeah, right. And I'm with you there. And
good point.
Because, too, with the steroid thing, is like, all right, fine. If that guy's in the batter's box and he is taking the most steroids of any player in baseball, the second most could be the guy on the mound. He's shooting up too. And where you get into a gray area here, a guy on the mound is trying to do his best to throw the best possible pitch, and this guy knows what's coming. That's a one-sided affair.
And you don't know he knows what's coming.
Yeah, well,
you can
a lot
always
of times
walk. You can always walk Roid Boy.
Yeah, you can.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't know. By the way, Skinny coming up here is just going to slap a single. But the bases are loaded.
Yeah, I mean,
and he knows I'm throwing it. He knows I'm throwing a slider down on this 0-2 pitch. He holds off on it. Okay, he knows the heater's coming inside. Pulls back, slaps one down the line.
Right.
There's 2 runs. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's where everybody gets so up in arms is the real time sign stealing from the dugout with nobody on base. They know what's coming. Whereas most of the sign stealing is going to be coming when a guy gets to second base so that they can see the catcher signs. Which, if you look at the baseball game, you still got to get to second, and however many people get to second base. So it's not affecting the game as much. Whereas the Astros, man, I think the best Trout said in one of his quotes, he's like, I'm gonna hit like 100 homers or something like that if he knows what's coming. And he would.
And that brings me to the next question to you. I mean, as baseball history goes, and you think about the greatest hitters of all time, Ted Williams, Tony Gwynn, along those eras, we're talking about guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, guys that could say they could read letters on the ball.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, and like they would train their eyes to read like a record player as it was spinning.
They're amazing.
But those are just 2 of the top guys. But to the audience that doesn't understand, a major league ball player that knows a fastball is coming it's like batting practice in a way, right?
Well, it is. I mean, when we're in spring training and we've got a guy maybe throwing a live bullpen or throwing a bullpen on the mound to hitters and working on stuff and letting guys know what's coming, we put a L screen in front of them so they don't get one hit back at their head, right? Because the batter knows what's coming. I mean, now you put a guy in a real game and he's in the box and he knows what's coming. That's the same thing as what we're doing in spring training. We're putting L screens in front of the guys, to protect them because they know what's coming.
That's how good these hitters are.
Yes, that's how good they are.
It's amazing you don't think about that when you think of baseball. All these little things, these little side.
I mean, that's how the good ones are. It was literally they can read the baseball.
It's like counting cards.
The game slows down. They're so good that it slows down. I mean, the ball, whatever it is, whatever freak science it is. I mean, you're a freak. You're an athlete. Your eyes are that. Whatever it is, I'm just saying that's the thing. I mean, they're looking at the ball, going, "Oh yeah, I got the spin, bam," and they can read it and react all within an instant.
Well, and they don't even have to do that when they know what's coming.
Right. When they know it's a fastball, like, all right, it's outside. I'm going to lean that way.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, man.
And it's not just home runs. It's situational hitting even. So it makes a huge difference.
Huge.
Let's take a look at some of the changes that the commissioner has going on for MLB this year. The 3-batter minimum. What do you think about that?
I think that, yeah, sure. I think the lowering the 40-man to whatever it is now, 28 in September. I think that's going to speed up games. The whole 3-batter minimum, like I don't care. We're only going to be able to carry 13 pitchers now. I mean, if a guy wants to go out there and throw to 1 batter, they're going to bring in another guy. Sure. Instead of saying, hey, you got to face 3 batters, why don't you say, hey, when you come out of the pen, you get 5 warm-up pitches. That's going to save us, 30 seconds or whatever. Hey, you come out of the pen, you're going to get 4 warm-up pitches. Or I don't care. I think that baseball, we're looking to, make the game faster. It just needs to be actually more exciting. An average time of a Major League Baseball game is roughly the time of an NFL game. Just the NFL games, the action is short as well, right? An average play in Major League in football is what, I don't know, 8 seconds?
7 seconds, yeah, I believe. Yeah.
And so, baseball is very similar, but there's more action in NFL. So it's like, how can we make it more accessible to the fans so they know, like, these changes, sure, I'm not going to tell you it's bad or good for the game. I could care less. I just want people to get on board with the game, and I don't think that's the way they do it.
I'm with you. Hold on, Jay, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
But a football game and a baseball game are roughly 3.5 hours long.
Right.
And it's just the amount of the pace of the action.
My way of thinking was this, because I see it, and then I think of like what might be, I don't know, a loophole or whatnot. But if we've got the Astros that are sitting at 83.5 times intentionally hit on the season, and you're in Game 3 against the Astros, and that's not out of hand or anything like that, but you don't like the pitching matchup that you have for the next two guys on base, and you've already been warned because Dusty Baker went out there and said, hey, I need you to warn everybody, and you plunk someone just to face one batter and you're kicked out? Isn't that a way to tweak the system?
Sure.
I'd do it. I'd go, I'll put him on, and I know I'm going to get probably a double play ball coming up. Go plunk him.
Right.
And what are they going to do? Give him 2 games?
Yeah.
And then he goes, no, I'm going to appeal it. Ball got away from me. You can't prove it.
Right.
And then that appeal goes on. There's like little things like that leave open for interpretation. Now, obviously, it's one team.
Yeah.
The Astros, but you can't do a minimum of one batter, and then especially, or if things did get heated in the first inning, bad blood because of whatnot, of a previous series, and the umpire says beforehand, hey, before we start, just want to let you know. And it gets to be the 7th inning, and you go, just plunk him.
Right.
It's all right. Plunk him.
Well,
Yeah.
I got a problem with that too, because the commissioner's already sent out, a memo to all the teams that are warning about directly hitting of the Astro players. They cheated.
Okay.
They're handling this situation very, very poorly. They're bringing this on themselves, and if they get hit, they get hit.
Well, I got another thing for you here, Tyson, and. So when the commissioner is talking to Kyle Ravitch, and he's talking about the immunity that he gave to all the players, and he said, well, the weird thing is that the Astros didn't get the memo that from the general manager. He didn't tell everybody. Clearly he did when it came to the Apple Watch in 2017 to the Red Sox when he said no technology. That's what he said to Kyle Ravitch. He goes, we couldn't punish the players. They didn't know, so then it would go to litigation, or they'd go before the union, and then you would say, we never got the information. It's the same thing now. He may say, I'm going to give an email to every GM or owner in the league, and then they can go, we never got a text message that said not to do it.
I forgot to tell my team.
You can't. The commissioner can't do that. He can't go before Kyle Ravitch and be like, that's why we couldn't punish any of the players.
I'll have to tell you when I get down to spring training, but I would be shocked if now we go into the locker room. Like right now, you go into a locker room and it's got we always come like 10 commandments on the wall. You've got you're no betting, no tobacco for us in minor leagues, and it's posted everywhere when you walk into minor league facilities. And it's going to be now no sign stealing, because that's part of the reason they can't go after these players that get immunity, because they were going to win their grievances anyways, because it wasn't posted, and they can how our legal system works anyways. He was going to get out of it. They would not have won those grievances. But I think the fact that they didn't do anything to those players at all is pretty soft in Major League Baseball. You put that precedent out there, and even if they fall through, it falls through, but at least the league knew right away that you tried to come down on them. So.
Well, a commissioner, obviously I'm going back 100 years, but a commissioner banned an entire team for life.
Uh-huh.
What stops him from doing that?
Money.
Different legal situation now.
Is it? Is it the CBA?
CBA gets in there, players union. You stopped someone
Can't
from
do
creating a living,
Mm-hmm.
and it's bad for baseball.
Well, what they did was bad for baseball.
I agree.
Now I have to ask you.
Oh yeah.
What?
Is it? It's bad, but right now, how often are we talking about baseball right now, February 21st, before first pitch. I mean, we've talked about this, and this was, if not 10 years, it was 15 years ago or whatever else. Bud Selig interrupted Mike and Mike in the morning and said, I just wish you guys would have started today off with baseball because it's opening day. Instead, you started off when I think it was like something about the NFL. He called him during commercial break. Is it a bad thing for baseball right now? Because it's February 21st. We're talking about baseball, and it's one of the first things everyone's talking about in sports every day.
I got two parts to the answer. Okay. So absolutely not for the media, for the fans, because we're talking about it, and
yes.
everybody's up in arms. Everyone is very. LeBron jumped into the combo. Okay.
Yeah. Senior China.
Right. Got his mouth shut.
Good Lord.
Captain China himself.
But for the players, for sure, and I was there and played up to a high level, and some guys get a cup of coffee, right, and they get up there, and that guy gets absolutely shellacked against the Astros and never comes back.
Base singer,
right? Mm-hmm. It's and everyone's like, well, that's kind of the exception. No, but that does happen. Like if you were in their division. Okay, mm-hmm. and you have to face them, and as a bullpen arm, first year up in the league, and for whatever reason they liked the matchup with you and the Astros, and you had to go out there 5 different times on the mound as a rookie, and you just got absolutely shelled. And a bullpen guy, now your ERA is inflated, and it's like a 6, and it's because they're banging on trash cans. That guy may never get back up again, ever. Mm-hmm. And that is terrible for baseball. Terrible for those guys.
Yeah, that was B-Rabbit's one chance to shine.
Right.
And he's choked on mom's spaghetti. And it's over.
I'm with you.
You only got one shot.
Yeah. But this is, it was proven that through all of Bonds, even after the home run years, the Giants had the highest on-road attendance percentage. Astros games are going to be at the highest on the road because people want to see a fight.
For
they want to see a hockey fight break out at a baseball game.
Yeah, money-wise, I think it's great. Popularity is great. Yeah.
No, I'll give you that. Among the players, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And the other thing, like, I honestly like the back and forth between Billinger and Correa.
Oh, come on.
Well, I just
Correa needs to shut his mouth.
I'm
sorry.
You
come on, man. Like, you got caught cheating. Like,
I agree 100%.
Like, just, you got to swallow the L on that one.
You pumpkin eater.
Yeah, just swallow the L. And then he's telling us, like, hey, you know what? You know what? They don't know the facts. All right.
He's telling a rookie of the year. And by the way, didn't Bellinger win MVP last year?
He did.
Yeah.
So he went from rookie of the year to MVP.
Yeah.
Kind of pretty good ball player.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of.
But then I just like that he says he wants to hit a line drive at his ugly face. Like these are the type of things that I'm here for.
Well, now, like Tyson said, if he knows what's coming, he probably could.
Yeah.
Carlos Correa is sitting there breaking down every game of the World Series and being like, okay, and then like talking down and just being like, that doesn't happen because this doesn't happen. Like, and Altuve deserves it and everything.
Altuve, yeah. So Altuve is a good ball player, right? He's very, very good ball player, and people were said, hey, he didn't like to use the sign stealing. Okay, fine. He still used it at times. I mean, but if you look at his splits in the playoffs, home and away, it is unbelievable the difference between home and away. Like away, he was hitting like 087, and at home he's hitting like 400.
I'm just curious as to why he didn't want to take his shirt off.
So he only likes to read it.
They had so much footage of him getting his shirt ripped off before that.
Trout said, "If I hit a home run to win the World Series, you can have you can take whatever you want."
Yeah, Gary Sanchez said, "Take my pants off. I don't care."
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Well,
that would get more female viewers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't speak for all of them.
Who was the guy that did that for the White Sox? Diving back into first. He went to...
Yeah, he forgot where he was and put his pants around his ankles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so great.
It was.
And then you have David Ortiz talking about Mike Fiers.
Poppy.
He said that he's mad at Fiers.
Yeah.
He said, after you make your money and get your ring, you decide to talk about it. Why didn't you talk about it during the season when it was going on? Why didn't you say, I don't want no part of this? Now you look like a snitch.
Yeah. Well, no one's going to step up and say anything because you saw the guys on that team and no one did. Beltran supposedly silenced all those guys. Fiers Fiers is a pitcher, so he's not going to be able to. He's not going to come out and adamantly tell these hitters what to do and what not to do. He should have tried at least. And then blowing the whistle. The A's organization tried to blow the whistle. They informed Major League Baseball of what was going on. Major League Baseball didn't do anything. So it took a guy like Mike Fiers coming out and saying this, what all the other players already knew, to actually get something rolling. Because Major League Baseball didn't do anything when the A's did it. And the A's have come out and said, yeah, we informed Major League Baseball this was going on. Read something with Jonathan LaCroix last night, because he's now with Boston, I think, this year, but he was talking about having to play them quite often with Texas and Anaheim, and having to change their signs all the time. Because then he was with the A's.
I saw this on
Fires,
Twitter.
Fires had told him, like, this is what they're doing. And so, like, they were having to try to switch their signs every single time, every single pitch. And I've dealt with a lot of pitchers in my day and still have to deal with pitchers. Some of them, like, just grab the ball and say, I throw a ball hard. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So when you're starting to throw down all these digits and, hey, all right, we're going to add 2 to the last one to get to your pitch. Okay, hey, second sign's indicator, which then we're going -1 after the indicator. Like, all these different things. And these guys are up there and they're trying to think about it, and now they're awful. So even if they don't have the signs, them trying to think and go through their head, and then getting crossed up or not throwing the pitch well.
By the way, you got me. I was
things,
a pitcher.
man.
He's got me crossed up. Right, second sign after the indicator, -1.
You got me all fired up on a Friday.
So the first sign after the indicator.
I love it. That's what we got to talk about.
It's got to get confusing after a while.
I want
It
to.
does.
Okay, going back to you
Jeez.
said the players and Beltran, and it's something else that we talked last week that again really does bother me, that this individual walked into a clubhouse and said, "You guys are behind the times," which, by the way, that creates a scab that can be picked at, because there were plenty of teams that Beltran played on
we
that made
trace
the
this
playoffs.
back. Obviously, he traces back to Yankees, traces back to the Cardinals.
Rangers made the playoffs
and the
when he was
Rangers.
there.
So those are the 3
Mets
teams. I mean,
made the playoffs when he was there.
It was I think he was a add-on after the Mets were already going to make that playoff run. But either way,
I think they beat the Cubs that year in the playoffs.
Yeah, but it traces back so far. You're like, okay, well, where did Beltran learn it? Because it doesn't seem to me like Carlos Beltran is the kind of player that would dream up this plan.
No, probably not. But I'm sure.
Sure, it's going to come out.
You would. I would hope so. It'd be great for Beltran to say, "All right, man, this is what's going on."
So my theory is the Cardinals, because they already got caught stealing once.
Yeah. Okay, so were they all doing some kind of sign stealing? Because I think that is the blanket statement in Major League Baseball right now. Everybody's doing it. Okay, yeah, everybody is doing it, but to what extent?
Well, what happened when you told your parents that when you were a kid?
Yeah.
What did she tell you?
But
Your
you
mom
got caught.
Jumped off a bridge.
Yeah, jump off a bridge? Were they
Is
jump off
everybody
a
gonna do
bridge?
it?
Yeah,
Right?
they were going to do it? Yeah.
So I think there is different levels, like we talked about, using a camera on the catcher and then decoding it after the fact and using it the next game or in the next series.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's already been told that's happened, and guys got their hands slapped for that. So yeah, I think everyone's trying to do it, but for whatever reason, maybe Beltran had all these years of experience, and then finally with the Astros is like, this is my brainchild. This is gonna work.
This is the key.
This is the key. Okay. And you can always tell me, hey, where there's smoke, there's fire, but we don't know until it all comes out. I'm sure there were varying levels of it, but this seems to take the cake.
This was the one this was the apex of it all. This is all the trials and tribulations of how we were trying to cheat really good, but now this is the best way, and we finally perfected it.
And then with all the Major League Baseball players coming out against it and speaking about it, I think that's evidence in itself that they weren't doing what the Astros were doing. Because if they were, they probably would just kind of keep their mouth shut and not say a whole lot about it. The people that are coming out and speaking on record very forcefully about this, to me, is speaks to their innocence.
Or they're coming out to convince you that they weren't doing it, just like you just said.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Little Lance Armstrong style.
A little mental gymnastics there.
Just I guess in a way with the Astros. And before we get to that, the other one I have a small problem with is Brian McCann. His numbers were the same at home and on the road.
Bad.
He has gone. Yes.
Sorry.
He has.
That's great.
Don't
He has
sugarcoat
plenty of time, taken the time to say, "Don't look at that home run. Don't flip that bat. Don't slide hard into second. You put your head down, act like you've been there before. This is respect the game. That's it." And for him to say, like, "I said I didn't like it, and the guy steamrolled me," that doesn't fit the mold that Brian McCann has made himself out to be, and to sit there and be like, yeah, I didn't like this, guys, but Carlos Beltran bullied me into doing it. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't fly for who he's been consistently. And although we make fun of him and be like, he's the no fun police, but for 5 years he's been the guy that sits there and says, like, do things the right way. You say that?
Jay's part of the NFP, the No Fun Police. Come on, Jay.
Me and Lee are trying to have fun on every show, and Jay.
And he has hearing like a freaking eagle.
He is a teacher.
But that's my problem with Brian McCann.
I'm with you. I shared a locker room with him with the Yankees a few different times, going over to big league camp and stuff. And guys, him and Gardner were in the locker room were the guys. I mean, like that everyone looked to. They were the ringleaders. They were great. They were awesome. And I have a hard time thinking that he couldn't have stood up for what he has been and known to stick up for in that Astros locker room. But I guess until you put in that situation, you don't know, because at the end of the day, they all knew that they could win a World Series. And sure, there's a terrible backlash now, but they still won the World Series. GM got fired, manager got fired. Nothing happened to us. We still won the World Series. We got all the money.
Baby.
We got the ring.
That's right.
We got that piece of metal.
Yeah.
And I think at any owner right now, if you laid it out to them and said, this is what happens if you cheat and win a World Series,
nothing.
Would you take it? And they would say 100%.
It's like that button, the box or whatever else.
Especially the Cubs of the 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like that button, the box where you press it and something happens, but you don't know what's going to happen. You get this, like right away, they're like, if we will give you a World Series, and like, no, stop. Yeah. Don't hit the button again. I have to tell you what's going on. You win a World Series, but this, and you just keep hitting the button over and over again.
Yeah.
That's what I
World
do.
Series.
I said the exact same
World
thing.
Series.
$5 million, I'm fine with. What's it? The first round pick for the first and second round pick, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, they're saving themselves in bonuses.
Yeah, they just spent like $5 million in international signing money, though.
Yeah.
So like, if you wanted to make them hurt, you take away their international signing money, and then you take away their first couple picks. At least maybe that, because right now, all right, fine, the first 2 picks, yeah, those are kind of a big deal, but I still can go down and spend a boatload of money in Latin America and get some young guys, and that's what they did.
Just think of what's coming out of Latin America right now with those players.
He said it.
It's insane.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I would argue this. I think, in my eyes, I think Javi Baez is probably hands down the best all-around player in baseball.
He's amazing.
I mean, everything he can do. Compared, there's guys that can hit really well, but not play the kind of defense he can play. I mean, everything, and that's Latin American talent. And that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff like Javi, kids are out there seeing that now, going, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna.
They make it look easy too.
They do, don't they?
They do. God, he's so bendy.
Keep your head out of the gutter. Jeez, you got your toy, young lady.
All right, we got to take a break. We're in the studio with Tyson Blazer. When we come back, we're going to talk about spring training. He's heading down for spring training tomorrow. Possible changes to the MLB playoffs in 2022, and much more with Tyson. We'll be right back from Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
Leah Bombs.
Yes, sir.
12 years in a row, they've been doing it at Pints. You know what?
What's that?
Best beer, drinks, and good times around. That's right.
Agreed.
Monday through Friday is their happy hour from 3 to 6, and then you can enjoy some complimentary Vans Pizza at 5 o'clock.
I love complimentary.
I do, too. Stop in any day of the week and enjoy one of the daily specials at Pints. That's 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport.
This is Adam Rosso from Hawkeye Headquarters, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
See. Very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
A tweeter writes in, well, that's nice. Le Batard just wrapped the segment praising the blatant cheating of Calipari at UMass and Memphis. It was magical, he said. Also, lots of love for Memphis now, defending their current rule breaking and embracing it. Great work, guys. Set the bar high for everyone.
Is that guy?
All right, listen here, Tucker Martin. The sport's being investigated with FBI wiretaps. There's testimony that the starter at Creighton cost you $100,000. Memphis got this Weissman kid cheap. They got him at 1/10 of the price. Penny got him discounted. Like, what do you think you're watching? Quit trying to make it pure. It's not pure. Pure things are not FBI wiretap.
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
When storm damage hits, All Major Restorations is your insurance claim specialist. Loose or missing shingles, dented siding, or damaged windows. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities works with your insurance company, making the process quick and easy. The insurance company has people fighting for them. Let All Major Restorations work for you. Residential, commercial, and industrial. There's a reason they have an A+ accredited Better Business Bureau rating. Storm damage estimates are always free. Visit amrestorations.com. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Did you see what happened with Kyle Rudolph? Because it reminded me of you for all of the wrong reasons. Kyle Rudolph went to Twitter and pointed out that a media member had asked him for his gloves that he cheated to win the game against the Saints with. And he said, sure, for charity, of course. I'll even sign them for you since it's for charity. And then he gave it to the media member, then saw it being sold on eBay for $375 plus $6 of shipping, and just pointed out that that was wrong. And not only is it wrong, it's fireable.
Listen, I have since apologized. I mean,
you apologize? You've been leaving messages on Kyle Rudolph's machine?
Yeah, Rudy.
Charity's the name of my wife.
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
If you want the freshest, most authentic old-fashioned Mexican food, you've got to go to Nolly's Kitchen. At Nolly's, they make everything from scratch daily and have some of the most unique menu items. Try their homemade guisado, garaches, and gorditas, or just enjoy the best tacos and burritos in the Quad Cities. Check out Nolly's Express menu and get your food in 15 minutes or less. Order online and have Nolly's delivered to your home or business today. Nolly's Kitchen, old-fashioned Mexican cooking, Rockingham Division, Davenport.
Have your car battery tested for free at Old Dog Tire and Performance. Plus, get an oil change for only $24.95. Up to 5 quarts of semi-synthetic blend oil, oil filter, 27-point inspection, and they top off all fluids. Or get a fully synthetic blend oil change with up to 5 quarts of oil for only $49.95. Old Dog does brakes, AC work, struts and suspensions, tune-ups, and alignments. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5. Old Dog Tire and Performance, Rockingham Road, Davenport. Service local, limited time offer.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport.
All right, we're back here in the Hassel Castle talking all things Major League Baseball.
We can talk more than baseball. We can come to
I
it.
think
Tyson's got a
but I'm just saying, I like talking baseball. There's nothing wrong with that.
Tyson's a
better than talking XFL.
He's a University of Iowa alum. What about this basketball team?
Oh, hey, the real deal. Like,
I know.
They still worry me because they can go out and like lay an egg. But
Yeah,
Garza's the real deal. We took him up to the Nebraska game a couple weeks ago now, the kids, and Garza was awesome. And Weeze Camp went off for 30. And
Dude, Weezy's great.
He's a little more hoppy than I thought. Like he gets
Weezy's
off the
got,
floor.
dude,
Yeah,
Weezy's
right?
got some ups, man.
I saw him dunk it last night. You know, come down the lane and rose up and.
I just love the grittiness of Garza.
Oh, I know.
And I love too, like all like former Hawkeyes online defending him, like when people aren't giving him props for Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Like
Just
people
the
are
fact,
like,
the fact
really?
that he's even in that conversation. Like, when's the last Iowa Hawkeye basketball player we've had that was in that conversation?
Would have probably been Roy Marble, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but or Ronnie Lester.
Damn.
I mean, we're talking 30 or 40 years ago, depending on. But I don't even remember. I can't remember Roy being in the conversation. I remember he was one of my favorite Hawkeyes of all time.
AC Earl.
AC Earl, yeah.
I was
been up there.
I was more impressed with Garza seeing him live than I had been just watching, seeing some highlights, and getting up there and seeing him live. I was like, dude, he plays hard. He's gritty. He's strong.
Last year, remember when his dad started to let the peacock fly?
Yeah.
And that's the line that Marky Mark throws out in the other guys. And I'm like, I knew what it was, so I tweet back at his dad, and I'm like, yeah, it's from the movie. And he's like, yeah. And he tweeted back at me. I'm like, yeah, I'm friends with Mr. Garza.
We both watched the other guy.
But I'm like, back then, that was during the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA run when they did okay. And I'm like, dude, I was really hyped last year at the end of it. I I think Garza's going to be special this coming year. I thought that. And special and what he's doing are two different things. I did not expect this level.
No, I didn't either.
I thought, he's going to be really good. He's going to help us out a few games. Not be the damn leader. And that's just great.
And he embodies like what Iowa is in all sports, right? Football and basketball, just gritty, like country strong,
corn fed.
Corn fed.
That's
Yeah,
right.
It's like you can't knock me down.
It's all right. He's in Iowa now.
He's in Iowa.
It's not heaven. It's Iowa.
That's right. Oh, it's almost heaven, girl. We're in
I
Bettendorf.
know. Betterdorf.
That's right.
I think I'm trying to look up exactly what it was. We had, it was maybe 6 games into the season, 8 at most, and we had Kakert in here from Hawkeye Report, and we're just like, man, Garza, he's really playing well, and did you see this coming? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, and now I had to look it up to make sure. He goes, he had a 9-pound cyst removed last year.
What?
9
Yeah, he had it in his stomach, correct?
Wow.
Yeah. No idea.
So he and that was in October.
Parasitic twin?
No, no, it was not Mrs.
So he said, imagine that. That was in October of last year. You have an intrusive surgery like that. You're behind already. The season tips off, and then you go into the next year, and he had a good second half and everything. But when he said that, that made sense. I'm like, oh yeah, like 9 pounds removed, taken out of him.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
especially on that guy's body, because he's a big dude
that's
already.
what's wrong with me, Jay.
9 pounds. That's a
Nothing's
newborn
wrong
baby.
with you.
That's a
Are
big
you
newborn
sure?
baby.
Jay, I think I got
9
something right
pound
in
cyst?
there.
Let me see.
Maybe.
It's
feel
going.
like
It's going to be a soccer player.
I think it's a 40
Oh,
pounder.
it's a kicking. Oh,
So-
there it was. It's so beautiful.
So that's where the more when people are like, oh, he came out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, all right, well, that
No,
makes sense.
he didn't. And
Yeah.
what Kicker said was right. He was along the lines of me. I thought he was going to improve. But like you said, there's no telling how much he was held back from that.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's
and by
crazy.
the way,
9 pounds.
your Hawkeye baseball team is doing pretty good this year.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that's a program for all you high school guys. A little PSA here. Go to Iowa. Their program is the real deal right now, and Rick Heller does an absolutely amazing job out there, and good dude too. He's brought me back into the program a little bit and been able to get up there and see those guys and watch some practices, and all around good dude. Does a really nice job and turning out not only good players but good MILB guys, and hopefully a couple of those guys will go on to make it.
You got an Assumption kid throwing for him, right?
Yeah, Wallace.
Yep, Trenton.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell me about. Well, you're leaving tomorrow, but before that, tell me about what you were doing out of TBK.
Yeah, I was out at TBK working with legends out there. They run the baseball aspect of it and run camps and doing individual lessons during the week. Do 3 days a week out there and running a catching program on Sundays. Just trying to help out, and make some money along the way, and I don't know, just kind of push baseball forward in this area. There's nowhere around this area that has something like TBK, and so I think it's going to be great for youth baseball around these parts, as it continues to grow. So, yeah, that's where I was at all winter, and I leave tomorrow. Had a blast out there doing it. Got to, come across a lot of new people and some guys I've worked with for a long time, and going to have some guys that are really good, and we're going to have some guys that are 8, 9, 10 years old that a couple years down the road will be good. So I enjoy it.
So you leave tomorrow for Tampa?
Yes, sir.
And you fly out of here?
Driving out of here.
What? They're not flying. It's the Yankees. They're not flying you first class?
No, I gotta have my car down there, right? You gotta move her.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You gonna have time to watch the
Why?
Roughnecks
There's
beat up on the
Uber.
Vipers? XFL?
The who and the huh?
Hey, come on.
Sorry.
You're not watching the XFL?
Shefty.
I know. I was listening to you.
Really deep
I was
in
like,
the
holy
XFL.
cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, driving that in, I don't know, 21 hours. I've driven every year since 2011. So,
What, 20, 25 hours?
It's but 21.
21?
Yeah,
Okay.
21, 22. Depending
That's a
how
good
it will
track.
take. Yeah. So
Do you hit any of the local breweries down there when you're there?
Scar City.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what's coming here, by the way?
What?
Their Highlight IPA.
Yeah, Highlight. That's
They're-
their number one.
They're going to start distributing it here in the Quad
Yeah,
Cities.
they have a Tocobaga Red IPA that I really like from them. I wish it was distributed
I
more
think they're going to
wide,
do
but-
like bottling their cans of that.
Okay.
But keg-wise, you're going to be able to find Highlight.
Yeah.
It'll be at Pints and Oscars, so
Mhm.
when you're back.
That's awesome. Yeah, the
go.
Highlight.
Because Oscars is right up there by the BetPlex.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, if they give you a little time off on Sunday, March 1st, you can go watch the Tampa Bay Vipers take on the DC Defenders.
You watch
it'll be a 7 o'clock game down there for you.
Oh,
So,
well,
7 o'clock Eastern.
And
7.
you know what? We're off on Sundays until we'll be off that Sunday, and then starting that following Sunday, everything. Then we're 7
If you
days.
go, will you hold a sign up that says Jay Foster is XFL Shefty?
Follow at JFoss_OS.
If that starts trending.
Let me tell you, you go watch the little Tampa Bay Vipers at DC Defenders. DC's
Their
pretty good.
uniforms are really cool. The Vipers are. That's my team. They suck.
Mm-hmm.
I picked them at the beginning of the season.
They were the Vegas favorites to win, by the way.
Yeah,
the
they
season. But
stink. No, she took the DC Defenders.
That's because
I
I'm
love
smart.
the NFL, right? I love it, but I got to say now I'm in baseball mode.
Right.
So I mean, it's baseball.
That's what we brought up yesterday.
I
we were
am
just
sorry,
talking
and I know
about
not
the
everybody's
timing.
diehard baseball guy, but I am, and so
We're conditioned to football's over.
Well, like right now, I'm
baseball.
interested in what's happening on free agency baseball. I'm like, I've literally, when I said I gave up on the Cubs, I'm giving up right now.
No.
I even told my wife.
How
I go,
dare
this
you
is
say that?
What have they done?
ridiculous.
What have they,
Why are you going
I grew up a Cubs fan.
Yeah. How are you going to piss away Javi, Bryant, and Rizzo?
Yeah.
You're just going to piss that away? You want to be the Green Bay Packers of the Major League Baseball?
Whoa.
Well,
shots
you pissed
fired.
away Aaron
Shots
Rodgers.
legit though.
I mean, it's a legit point.
Yeah.
Quit doing it. Well, how can you do this? You're making
They're
me
so-
mad.
they're so
I shouldn't have to
mismanaged,
sit here
it's
and
not
watch
even
that
funny.
garbage. And it upsets me. It really
4
does.
syllables? Marquee Network? They can do that? Because they're going to make money
I'll
off
give
of
them
this?
4 syllables too. And I'll
Yeah,
spell them
give
out
them
for you.
folk boots up there.
Hey, with what they have though, like where they've really not done a good job is developing pitching coming up. You know, I know they had to trade everybody away to win the 16 World Series, and so that they've been fairly depleted. But then you still got to be able to develop some arms, and then you got to figure out how to bring in a big name free agent arm, and they haven't. You know,
Well,
Darvish doesn't
they've
count.
tried.
Darvish,
That's the problem. Every try has been disastrous. Whether it's been the 2 relievers they signed, the one from the Dodgers and then the one from the Red Sox, both of them. Darvish, we'll see this year. He kind of started to show signs last year, but
come on.
I know. I'm with you. I'm like, at best he's a third starter, right?
Yeah, right now at best,
For that kind of
right.
money, though, he was supposed to be at least a 2.
I agree.
They don't have any money.
Well, that's the reason they don't have any money is they spend it unwisely. And they could have been trading some guys that they could have traded that would have brought them. I don't know. It's frustrating. It really is. And, and I see, like, your team, the Yankees, just always consistently never letting up, spending the money to get it done. And then the Cubs have the same kind of money.
Yeah, fingers crossed with the Yankees this year. I think this is probably their best shot, and not just because of signing Cole. I want to say a healthy.
But they were so injured last year and still played well.
Right, exactly, because like a healthy Severino,
Yeah.
but he supposedly is not healthy. He's got a form issue
Yeah.
right now, right? And then Domingo Germán, we won't even touch that, but he'll be back eventually. But then the big lefty Montgomery, people forgot he had come back right at the end of last year off of Tommy John, and people forgot like the year before as a rookie he was their 5th starter and did some really really good things. And I think that just they're so deep right now on the mound, and offensively you guys know what they are. So I think this year, if they can stay healthy, I think that this is the year.
Well, just think about how the Red Sox a year prior were this unbeatable force, and then
that's a whole different story.
Fell
They
off,
just,
and then like I said, the Yankees have been there.
That's
I don't think
that's a front office that can't win either. Like they should send something to Manfred to get, but Boston's not going to pay attention to it, like what Manfred's doing over what their front office. That Mookie Betts thing, and to be like, hey, this reminds me of Nomar, which came out of nowhere.
Yeah, right.
Like nowhere, and that's
out
what
of nowhere.
The only thing I wrote is what I shared. I'm like, at least you could have added him. No, he'd be trending today.
Right.
Nomar woke up and he's like, why am I trending on Twitter?
I came up playing against Mookie, and like I don't think the casual baseball fan knows because he's not that outspoken, but he is an absolutely unbelievable baseball player. And the fact that they were like, we can't pay him enough. Like, no, you pay him every dollar.
You're one of the largest markets in
every
ever.
He's one of is he
right?
One of
second to
you
what?
Give him to the Dodgers. I mean, the
NFL,
Dodgers are
I
going to run. That's my only other thing. Am I going to be a Yankee fan or a Dodger fan?
Yeah,
because it's going to be a Yankee.
You're
going to
be a Cubs fan.
MVP, World Series MVP, Rookie of the Year. There's like I don't know if there's another one that did it, but it's not. He's in a. elite category for award winner. But you mentioned the Yankees. The Yankees are plus 120 to win the American League. I know you're not allowed to talk about it. It's one of the 10 commandments.
This is the first I've heard of this.
Yeah, quit saying stuff like that, Jay. You're going to get him in trouble.
It's our show. He's not saying it.
All right.
Yankees
What
are
if I
plus
just become a
120.
Tiger
Earmuffs.
The
Earmuffs.
I
Astros
think
are
you can
plus
say
300.
you just can't. You can't bet on it,
Yeah,
guys.
Plus 300.
Bet for you.
What about the Detroit Tigers? I want to be a
Minnesota
Detroit
Twins are plus 800.
Daniel the Tiger?
Well, I just want to wear a hat like Tom Selleck and then solve crime in Hawaii.
They're,
No?
they're at plus 12,500. So if they win the American League, and you put just $100 down, you can win $12,500.
Holy
along with the Royals.
Sheboygan.
What
And then
about the White Sox? Where are they at? I feel like they're
Plus 1,500.
Yeah, they're going to be good.
But
Well,
they'll
we can do that
they'll
in a
figure
second.
out a way to screw it up. I feel like that's kind of their MO lately. Is they've been stockpiling all this young talent, and then it hasn't worked out. So then they started over. They brought some more guys in. So maybe it'll work out for them. I
You
don't
know
see
what will
it.
happen? Rick Renteria leaves, and then that poor guy, and then the White Sox win a World Series the next year. And Rick Renteria is poor guy.
So it's
Poor
going to
guy.
be Yankees, White Sox, in the
No,
American
no, no,
League.
no,
I'm
no,
calling
no,
it
no,
right
no.
now. I'm calling
The
it.
you're
favorite in
calling
the
it.
Central is the Minnesota Twins at minus 180. The
Well,
Indians
that's
are
not
plus
gonna happen.
120.
You love that, right?
Yes,
now.
I really do. And
Yes.
the White Sox at
It's gonna
plus
suck when
350.
the White Sox win that division.
Ooh.
So
Shots fired again.
I'm going to go those two for,
He's
for
on one today,
playing for the
Jay.
ALCS. And then, obviously, the Dodgers, but they're going to be playing... Oh, they're going to be playing against the World Series champions. Them and the Nats are going to be going head to
The
head.
Walgreens symbols.
All right.
I don't
So-
like the Nets as much this year, but I didn't like them last
I
year.
never liked
and they
them,
won
ever.
the World Series.
Yeah.
So.
But they brought back the pitcher.
Yeah.
That's what they needed to do.
The Dodgers are plus 150 to win the National League. Then the Braves are plus 500. The Nationals plus 600. Cardinals
You
plus
know I like the
700. Then the
Braves.
Cubs at plus 1,000.
All right, I'll take the Braves instead.
I think that
The Braves are my up-and-comer.
I think the NL is going to be really good this year because the Phillies are going to be good. I think the Mets they'll find a
Braves
way
got
to
a
screw
lot
it
of
up, but
young
I
talent.
think
And
they're
they
going to be
got
good.
my boy, Freddie
Braves,
Freeman.
yeah.
Jay
Braves
knows I
used to
love
be my
Freddie
team
Freeman.
back in the
What
90s.
about, would you flip to the Phillies if they traded
No.
a deadline for Bryant?
I wouldn't root anything out of that nasty city of Philadelphia. If
Oh, wow, coming at Philly, huh?
He's
Coming right
I
at
hate
him.
Philly fan and
They got
everything about-
cheesesteaks, though.
Oh, got a good cheesesteak. I can get a better one here in Iowa.
You
We
can't.
got better cows.
Oh,
I mean, we don't have to kill our women here. All right, we got cows. They got to kill their women in Philly.
you are spicy today.
What? I'm just saying.
He's a spicy meatball.
I hate Philly. He knows I hate Philly.
But still,
Dang.
Chris Bryant goes to the Phillies.
No. That doesn't make me root for the Phillies.
I was
That
just
makes me
asking.
upset with the Cubs even more.
Well, if you're,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find you a team, is what
that.
I'm saying.
I'm not. Listen, the Cubs need to just start spending some of that money. It's moldy.
They don't have any money.
They'll
Yes,
they'll
they
have
do.
that
They
money.
got
Yeah,
money,
the marquee.
that's a
Yes,
problem.
they're getting that money. That marquee network is going to start
They're
paying
just
off
as
for
rich
everything.
as the Yankees.
and they're going to put in. Then they're going to put in casinos in there in Wrigley Field too. It's going to be. Oh yeah, you'll be able to live bet from your box seats there.
Don't worry, JB Pritzker will figure out a way to screw that up.
What is happening? I don't like that at all.
They're going to have like marijuana little pubs too in there.
Probably.
Okay, that's
there
cool.
you
I'm down
go.
for that.
You got
That's cool.
that.
Do you know what I think we should do? We start a marijuana club, and then and you got to sing songs
you
while you
get
do it.
going over here. You let these guys go down this thing.
Roll your joint, pass it down the line.
That's the thing, though. It's just a party when you go to Wrigley. They don't care what goes out on the field.
That is the problem
I
that
know.
it used to be, and then they got to the point where they won the World Series, and why not stay there?
The party's back, dude.
No, because they're all fine with the 2016. Everyone can wait another.
They're still
100
drunk
years.
off that.
That is exactly the problem that I was started to say in
Well, I don't like that.
2017,
That's why I'm
in
ditching.
2018, and in 2019. I kept saying, like, where is that passion of live and die with every pitch? And everyone was like, yeah, we won it. And I was like, what? Now,
Yeah,
let me
you
get
gotta-
this straight. John Elway didn't win the Super Bowl and then turn around and go, I'm good. He's like, I
No.
want to win another one. You always want to win. That's what I keep telling everyone. If Wile E. Coyote catches the Roadrunner, he's not going to eat the Roadrunner.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to, no, it's the chase.
It's the thrill of the chase.
Yes, he's going to let it, he's going to catch and release.
I agree.
breaking that bastard's
You know what?
neck.
No
Are you kidding
way.
me?
I agree with
No
Jay.
way.
Maybe just eat a couple toes. You might not be able to run as
There you
fast.
go. It won't
Yeah,
take so
get a
long.
little
You won't have
taste.
to waste all the money on Acme
Do you know how much
devices.
pain the Roadrunners put the Wiley through?
He's put himself
He's
through by
right- I don't-
Acme's put Wile E.
Well,
Coyote
Acme
through the
too,
pain.
but I'm just
not
telling
the
you,
Roadrunner.
he gets his hand on the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner's done.
It's a lesson
Put that
about
on
ego,
the
Troy.
Heritage Pub text thread. What happens to the Roadrunner? Dead or not
I
dead?
will make a poll
I
during
say
the next
dead.
commercial break.
I think
If
they're going to
Wyatt
make
Coyote
it.
catches a Roadrunner, what does he do? Catch and release, or does he break its neck?
Dead or not dead?
I think they're going to make it.
Not-
I think there's going to be
not
like a
dead.
romance there. Like,
Sorry, not dead.
A coyote cannot mate with a bird. They don't
yeah,
have the same
well, it's a
reproductive
cartoon,
organs.
Troy, so they can meet with
Let's
whatever.
not go down this road. I'm just saying that.
I know the
going
coyote's
back-
kind of bendy, Leah, and you're into that. But
Going back to the point, is that
They're on to
when
me.
everybody was like every pitch. Like we did an oral history, and we had Van Severen and Nick
now,
on.
we're not in trouble.
No, we did. I mean, went through the whole like postseason, and Van Severen could tell you like almost. If I said an inning, he was like, "Yep, the score was 5-3." This and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they had it
Right.
down. They lived every single pitch for that
But
postseason.
that's
And
your,
then the
that's
next
your
year
real
was like,
Cub fan. You
yeah.
have that. The problem is,
And it carried over to-
trendy to go to Wrigley, and they're gonna be having stands. Let me take a selfie.
I
Look
agree.
at the Ivy.
Yeah, I agree with that because I think there's a lot of casual fans out there, and why Cubs get those casual fans is one, they didn't have to pay a whole lot of attention for so many years because they were so terrible, and two, you go to Wrigley and it's always a good time.
Mhm.
And so you get a
the
lot of these
entire
casual
area
fans that
around
don't necessarily care about the baseball. They love the experience of Wrigley, and so I think it all was awesome in 2016.
If you're a late
when they won,
20 or early 30 something single and you got money,
yeah,
that's the place to be.
I disagree.
Wow.
I live down the block from Miller Park, and that's a way better ball field than Wrigley Field.
Oh wow! Shots fired.
Shots fired. You can
I mean,
tailgate.
No.
Name another baseball
Bomber,
diamond
no,
where you
no,
can
no.
tailgate.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You can bring your own beer.
No.
You don't have to spend $12 on a
No.
20-ounce.
I think it's more than
draft beer.
12. I think it's like
No,
17.
I've been to Miller
Thank
Park
you.
All right, now, I
numerous
get what
times.
you're saying. It's not as much fun as what's going on around
I'd rather
Wrigley,
tailgate than go to a bar across the street, get in, and then you're trapped
Yeah, but
for
Ronnie
5
Wood
hours.
is
You
not
can't
going to walk
leave.
by you going,
If you leave, they don't let you back in. I hate that.
You cannot. I've been to Miller Park at least a dozen times.
Same. I lived right there.
It's not fun.
It's a beautiful park.
Oh, it's not fun. You can tailgate. The best.
That's okay. You can tailgate it outside of Comiskey or whatever it is now.
But you can't at Wrigley.
Well, you don't
I'm just
have
saying,
to
I
at
don't
Wrigley.
have-
That's
yeah.
the
You have
point.
to pay. You have to pay for. You have to go to the bar and you have to walk across. I don't like it. I'd rather hang out with my friends, tailgate, grill.
Baseball isn't a tailgate sport.
It can be.
I'm with Jay. I'd rather go to
There's
Wrigleyville.
just something about baseball where it's like it's more of a bar thing and arguing
Dude,
balls.
Mookie and
and
I went
strikes.
to Wrigley
You're saving
last
so
summer.
much money when
went
you
to
drive
Wrigley.
in. Oh, yeah,
We had a blast. Ended up dancing at Merkel's together with a bunch of people we didn't even know. You can't do that at a
Oh, you
tailgate
can have
after the
fun.
game.
Well, alcohol's involved. You can
I'm
have fun at
just
any
saying.
baseball diamond. I mean, that's not the point.
We
I
can,
just-
we can sell the argument and just go to the local River Bandits games, right?
Yeah.
Support
There we
local
go.
MILB,
Yeah, now that's what I'm
right?
talking about.
Beers are less expensive, beautiful venue.
Beautiful scenery.
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
lovely
Kid-
Quad City
okay.
moms
Kid
taking their
friendly,
kids.
you know?
Let's talk about the
Meals.
idea of the contraction of the 42 minor league teams. You don't have to say too much about it, but
God,
whatever
this
you
is
want
a
to. But
BS
we
move.
need to take a break first. So he brought it
No,
up. and
I
the
mean
thing is,
PS move that
he's-
they're trying to do.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of these teams. So, but it's 42 after
All right,
the
let's
hour.
go.
Let's take a quick break. Come back.
Harrington's Pub is the Quad City's premier Irish pub. Come celebrate any day of the week with Harrington's. Enjoy the best specials around. Monday through Friday, happy hours 2 to 6 with 250 domestic bottles, drafts, and wells. Today is Friday, Leah.
It is.
And guess what it means?
What does that mean?
$4 bombs
Bomb.
for my Leah Bomber all day. Putting the H in a hangover since 2005. That's Harrington's Pub, 2321 Cumberland Square in Betterdorf.
Don't hassle us, we're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Get your maximum refund and your taxes prepared for half the price with AmeriFile.
I'm Christy, a single mom from Bettendorf. I got tired of paying $250 at H&R Block, so I went to AmeriFile. As advertised, they did my taxes for far less than half the price.
Bring in a copy of last year's tax return done by H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Liberty Tax, or any other tax preparer, and we will cut your tax prep fees in half, guaranteed.
This year, AmeriFile has the best tax prep deal in town. Save hundreds having your taxes prepared with AmeriFile, and you get free Rudy's Tacos, free Whitey's, free Chick-fil-A, Hungry Hobo, or Fresh Blend Smoothies. Trust AmeriFile's 30 years tax experience to handle any simple or complex tax situation. Remember, this tax season, save hundreds with AmeriFile, the best tax prep deal in town. Free Rudy's Tacos, Whitey's Ice Cream, or Hungry Hobo. AmeriFile Tax Centers, Davenport, Moline, and Clinton. Call 762-8087. That's 762-8087 or amerifile.com.
H&R Block is a registered trademark. After price taxes from last year's fees. $75 minimum.
The Will Kane Show.
I don't think there's any hard and fast rule here. It's not that you have to win while your quarterback's on a rookie deal. I don't want to pay Dak $40 million because you don't have to. What I would argue is this: get a good deal. The main thing to do is avoid paying average quarterbacks as though they're great. That's when teams get in trouble. There's no hard and fast rule except don't be a moron. The commodity or the quality that's in short supply in every walk of life is self-awareness. Who am I? How good am I? What am I worth? And I think that teams honestly aren't self-aware enough about their window, how good they are, and how good their quarterback is. My biggest lesson, honestly, Fitz, is not, oh, you got to win with a quarterback on a rookie deal. It's not pay Dak, but don't pay him 40. It's just play smart business. Don't overpay. Be self-aware. Who is your guy, and pay him at that rate.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Escúchame, it is Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old and doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
What are you doing for your 65th birthday, Sharon?
Oh, a cute little picnic with the grandbabies. I'm a bit worried, though. I really need to get enrolled in Medicare and buy a Medicare supplement plan. But there are so many supplement plans out there. It's so complicated.
Don't worry. Health IQ helped me save 24% on a Medicare supplement plan, and it only took a few minutes.
You saved 24%? That's big savings. How'd Health IQ do it?
Their experts know that living a healthy lifestyle is associated with lower rates of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. So because I'm active, it just makes sense that I should pay less.
An insurance agency that rewards you for living a healthy lifestyle? That's a smart idea. I'm going to give them a call right now so I can focus on my big day.
To get your free quote, call 1-800-600-3590. That's 1-800-600-3590.
Health IQ is an agency offering plans from different insurance carriers. No government or Medicare affiliation. Coverage and special rates not available in all counties or cases.
Golic and Wingo for breakfast. Don't hassle us. We're local for lunch. Fill up on sports with a Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we're back here. I want to remind you about Locals Love Us. They're your guide to the best. Make sure you check them out at localsloveus.com and click on Quad Cities. Browse your favorites. Easy to use and even rank the most popular prices for you.
Well, not only are we fixing sports, in 4 months we fixed some of the world's problems.
We did.
We did.
When we were off air, so
yeah, we did a lot of stuff.
No, we didn't. Before we went to break, Tyson from Blazer played in professional baseball. He coaches for the Yankees and University of Iowa, Rockridge. Grew up there as well. Former Quad City Times Athlete of the Year.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, throw it all out there.
How many times did you get that, Jay?
Watch out.
Never.
I never did.
As an author, though, as a writer, I've written about it a couple times.
You've written about it?
Yeah.
I never sniffed anything.
As a writer.
I never sniffed anything that was like of the year other than A-hole of the year.
I don't think I have either, yeah. So anyway, we were talking. We mentioned briefly about
he's a writer.
I love it.
I'm actually, to be honest with you,
I
I have to come clean. I'm stealing it completely from Ryan Russillo because he loves to drop. He loves to drop that all the time.
My thing is, though, you're writing as a
now that I'm a
crayon.
writer.
If it wasn't for the fact that you were typing on a screen, it would be in crayon. Correct?
Sure.
Right.
No, I'd be in pen. I put everything in pen.
Where's that crayon sharpener?
Do you write in cursive? Or like the millennials call it script? Do you write in script?
Yeah, I write.
So the 42 minor league teams that they thought about contracting, and basically
Fancy,
what he
though.
said, the player, the professional baseball agreement, right? Is that what it's PBA?
Mhm.
And it comes up next year. What they were saying is they wanted to change AAA and single A, and as far as like the first year entry, kind of like the lower A's, which would be your River Bandits, they want to keep those players into camp longer, which actually keeps them longer as the year of their contract. And there were 42 teams listed, River Bandits being one of them. We mentioned when I wrote about it on ESPN 1170. Thank you to you, Roy, for mentioning that I am a writer.
He's a writer now.
That when I shared that Dave Heller was recently on the Today Show and 3 of his teams, the owner of the River Bandits, 3 of his teams. It's not a crayon.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So, any of the teams that you come across, are they on the list?
Yeah, the team I've been with the last 2 years in Staten Island, they were on the chopping block.
Okay.
I think it's asinine. I mean, let's be honest. Baseball. What's awesome about baseball is you can go locally and see a local team play, and it's awesome. And here's the thing about it is the major league teams are paying for all those players and their salaries and lack thereof, but they're the ones that are paying. So like, I don't understand with this Major League Baseball, we're going to contract. I think the idea of making travel a little bit better, making things closer, making it just run smoother, having their teams closer to the parent affiliate, making the leagues make more sense in terms of travel, not having teams way away, so you got 12-hour bus trips. I like those ideas. But then to say that we have to cut all these teams because
just do a realignment.
Yeah, realign, because at the end of the day, it's not hurting baseball. You know what my thought is that minor leaguers get paid absolutely nothing. They're below the poverty line. I played it. I was there. I lived in my parents' basements for 3 years with my wife when we were trying to scrape by when I was playing.
I know a couple.
So it happens, but there's a push to pay these guys more, and it just came out starting I think not this year, but the following year they're going to up the payroll for minor league baseball players. But it's kind of coincidence that coincides with this consolidation because they're getting rid of these teams and now they're going to lower payrolls so that they can now pay those players more, and so it's going to cost them roughly the same. So to me, they're the bottom line is they're getting rid of these teams so that they don't actually up the payroll throughout baseball.
Ooh, I see.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous because if you think about this, if you take away our River Bandits, you could have seen you're taking away the fact of you got to see the Houston Astros before they were cheaters.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
seriously, but I mean, they were young and hungry then.
Well, I came up and played in like some of these places. It's not about the parent club, that they're going to go play the Astros. It's like that was everything for these small communities. In Charleston, South Carolina, when I was with the Charleston River Dogs, like that was the place to go. I mean, we had 3,500, 5,000 a night, and then on the weekends you're pushing 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 to 10,000 when we got into July 4th games, and that was everything. Those
That's
players,
a packed house, man.
yeah, people love to go there. And so you take these away from some of these small communities, and you're taking away jobs, and you're taking away things to do, and
taking away sales tax.
Yeah,
you're taking away all kinds of.
I don't see how this hurts Major League Baseball. If you want to try to help the minor leagues consolidate it, realign it, make it work better.
Yeah, make the travel thing.
Yeah,
I understand
I'm okay
that.
with that. And you know what? If a couple teams get the boot, a couple teams get the boot. But the idea of eliminating pretty much all short season, which is what I've coached at for the last, this will be my 3rd year in short season. Now you're also not affecting me in my job, because without having those short season teams, what are they going to do with staff? Because now those players, maybe right away you still have, eventually you're going to have less players because you have less teams. And if you have less teams and less players, you're probably going to have less coaches, which means I'm probably looking for a job. So there's a lot that goes in with that. And I guess we'll see.
The trickle effect.
Yeah.
Affects everybody.
Well, keep your eyes open, just in case.
The
problem is somebody that doesn't care about any of that is going to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
What did
That's
you?
what sucks.
Other things that are mentioned. It just seems like every time there's a story that might be a little negative, Major League is answered with something else that's to kind of change things, to divert. And what did you think of the 2022 proposal of the playoff system?
I've been I've looked through it, read through it. I don't care, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that a 3-game wild card is better. It's more fair than the one. But like you said earlier, what's good for baseball? I love the idea of having to play one game as a fan and watch it, and loser goes home.
Yeah.
But I don't think more teams in. You're talking about probably more teams that are in the hunt. It'll probably help the trade deadline because more people are going to be buyers, or you're going to have some guys that choose to be sellers and give everybody. You're going to have more people trying to get certain free agents or for guys for trades, and I don't think it hurts baseball at all. I think it gives more people the opportunity to watch playoff baseball. Playoff baseball's fun. It's got kind of a sexiness to it. So I don't mind it. I really do. I really don't. If they do this though, and this has not been proposed, but I would propose like, hey, let's drop the regular season from 162 to maybe like 150, 155.
Yes.
No, I agree.
Too many games.
I'm fine with that. The other thing, the proposed thing was basically having their own selection Sunday where you get to pick who to play. We went through this.
Nah.
We looked at all the way back to the Cubs 2016, and how it would have aligned, and pretty much would have been the same way. And I assume that maybe by about year 3 or 4, finally someone just doesn't say, well, they have the worst record. They break the norm by saying the pitching rotation doesn't work out best for us. But at first, you're just going to be like, it's only fair because of that whole locker room thing that you don't want the people to be like, they picked us because they don't believe in us.
Yeah.
If you go, well, they just have the records down or whatever else, and that's the way it's going to be. What are you doing? Hi. What's up?
Not too much.
What's going on? Do you have a delivery or something?
I'm crashing your show.
Okay.
Hope you don't mind.
No, that's fine. Mia's in here, everybody. Remember
Hey,
Mia?
Mia. Yeah.
Used to be on. She was a summer intern.
Have a good show.
Thanks, Mia. All right.
That was great.
That scared me.
Yeah, good for her.
I thought they were kicking us off the air.
I wasn't quite sure.
I thought it was like a delivery. Like, yeah, you guys are done.
This is a movie theater.
But no,
all along.
I just assume if they did that selection Sunday thing, it would be like that's what it was. Until eventually someone's like, oh no, the pitching, thing works out. I don't.
If they're gonna do this and you can pick, and I know everybody, AL, NL want to win the division. Why don't you allow crossover? Like, you know what? I'm gonna seed them 1 through whatever.
Like the NBA.
Yeah, the AL, the AL team could pick this NL team and cross over earlier, but that would never work because everybody loves their division series.
People,
and
baseball
They'd be
writers
up
would
and
lose
down.
their
Well,
mind.
we'd have to institute the designated hitter throughout baseball.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that?
I like
So
the
many
idea of pitchers having to hit because I think it adds a lot of strategy from a managerial standpoint. But I think it also makes games super long because you have double switches and you have this coming all the time. We're putting a new pitcher in and new hitters. And, to be honest with you, I know there's a lot of baseball purists out there, but I don't care. Just throw the DH in and it makes everything a little bit simpler. The game's going to run a lot smoother. So
I'm with you.
Go for it.
Yeah. Agreed.
You like the Yankees to win the East this year?
I do, yeah. And
You like
I'm
the
not
White
just
Sox?
saying that.
Maybe in the Central? White Sox, Twins in Central?
No, I like Twins.
Okay. In the West, Astros still? AL West?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
A's.
You think so?
Taking the A's.
Braves, Nats, or Phillies in the East, NL East?
I'm going to say Phillies.
I'm taking the Braves.
Cardinals, Cubs, or Brewers in the Central?
What about the Reds?
Or the Reds?
You didn't say the
Trevor
Reds.
Bauer.
Pick out of the 3, Tyson.
I'm sorry.
He didn't
Getting pressured into
really
things.
fire that out there.
Make your own choices, right?
Do you like the Reds?
I do.
Okay.
I like.
Interesting pick.
I think it's completely wide open in Central because I'm
think
not
so,
on
too.
I'm not on the Brewers.
30
that
years
much.
since the Reds won the World Series.
Yeah. So you know what? I'll go
Dang.
out of the box, and I will. I'll take the Reds.
I like that. Now I want to go click on Elite Sportsbook. All right, NL West Dodgers, right?
Yeah, no doubt, for sure.
Who comes out of the American League to represent them in the World Series?
Dodgers.
The American League.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were on now. The Yankees. I've been saying it for the last couple
Dodgers,
years.
Yankees?
Yeah, Dodgers.
World
Yankees.
Series?
I think that would make bajillion of dollars too.
All right, we
so.
gotta head
sure
to the
will.
boat and go put our money down.
That's
It
the
sure
first
will.
World Series I remember.
All
Yeah.
right. Hey,
I rooted for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
My
What's
dad and
that?
I rooted against my
81?
mom. No.
78?
78 or 7.
78? Huh.
Not the Brooklyn Dodgers, right?
No.
No.
My dad and I are rooting for the Dodgers. Because my mom's a Yankee fan.
Tyson, thank you so much for your time. Have a safe trip down to Tampa.
Yeah.
We appreciate the time that you came in here. Thanks for Adam from Friendship Brewery for coming in. Bomber.
Yes, sir.
Monday
It's been
we're
a
still
hell of
good.
a week, kid.
Are you still going, Bomber? Monday?
Yeah. What are we doing Monday?
We'll be here Monday.
You're
All right.
Hey, you still got a hit.
I get people
T-Roy?
approaching me on the streets. going,
Tyson, I want to thank you so much for coming in. You kept T-Roy up for the entire 2 hours. He didn't fall asleep at all.
Oh,
I saw a couple yawns. I saw a couple yawns.
The fun police are coming for you.
You guys have a great weekend, and we enjoy having you. Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities.
Love, peace, and chicken grease. Watch out for the fun police.